It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube. Maiyegun Diary,
I be number one when it comes to the political conversation, expose about Nigeria. Maiyegun is number one. Tell them, share the broadcast. Obedience. Gather here. Tag yourselves. The Wike has fired the first shot. SPV boys, Mekamite or Mekanites, articulators, gather here.
Lórí Facebook.
Because of the coup in Gabon, many other African countries with their own dictators, they are changing the presidential guards in their country. Everybody's afraid of coup right now. There will be no coup in Nigeria. Don't even think about it. Nigeria military, lo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Just yesterday, I showed you the local government chairman whose money, which we now know that is about 17 billion naira, whose money has been diverted by the state governor. They went back to go and prostrate and apologize for blowing the whistle, for one of them blowing the whistle on it. Things have gotten even out of hand now. DSS has invited the local government chairman that exposed the state governor that he diverted 17 billion naira of the local government allocation in the state. They didn't pick the governor. EFCC didn't get involved. Now DSS, they've declared the local government chairman wanted. He should submit himself to the DSS. Dokwemu, stupid service. Again. So from wherever you are joining me from, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you. And you're welcome, by the way. So before you finally settle down, kind of like get fully into this, there are some few rituals you have to perform. Very simple, by the way, some few tasks. Now, the first one is share the broadcast. The second one is pay your own offering, which is like the broadcast. The third one is to take a moment and read the whole description of the broadcast, not just the headline. Then you can sit down then and start engaging with yourselves as usual. So yeah, good morning to you again, and then top of the moment to you from wherever you are watching from. Yesterday, Wereh did an interview, just same way he loved to kind of mesmerize himself when he was a governor of Rivers State. But yesterday, it was like a no holds bar. It was like a payback time. I mean, after all of that he did during your Charade elections, right? He got rewarded among other people who also risked it all. Wereh risked it all for Tifnumbu. It would have been a big disaster, a disgrace. He would have left Nigeria. He would have run away, by the way. Seriously. If his own case ended up like that of El Rufaya, Kaduna Littlefinger. But Wike has been rewarded. He was governor of a state. Now he's the governor of the FCT, kind of, right? As a minister. So it is time for him to begin to give it back like he was doing when he was governor of Rivers State, like the small or little Hitler. So, but his interview are not so honest, so dishonest, but it is not unusual. Among things he said, I want to pick on the political part of it, okay? I mean, he took the PDP to the cleaners. He said, he would destroy PDP for the fact that they betrayed him. They sold him out to Atiku. He never forgave them. And he also dared them. He dared them. Let them suspend me. Tell them to try it. He was saying all of that. They were suspending people in PDP. Nobody could mention Wereh's name. The arrowhead of it all. Okay. As if that was not enough. He has become a minister under Tifnumbu. So he's now reminding the PDP. Say you people are still talking about suspending me. It's like a lot of you are living in delusion. You are living in a different world. It's like you think it is the same PDP that you had back then that you see have right now. I own PDP. It's like somebody saying, I own you. What do you want to do? What can you do? Or more? Unfortunately, I didn't see you, the SPV boys. Articulators, articulated moguls, articulated morons. I didn't see you raging. You understand? Like, he said what he said. A lot of you have become more or less like crickets, because part of what he said is that which PDP, these hungry people, these political jobbers, appointment seekers, contract seekers, beggars. Is it because they are all making noise on on TV and all of that? Who is PDP? Tell them to suspend. I dare them. That was yesterday. Then the question went on to that of Peter Obi. Obedience. According to Wike, if to say Obi was better, he will be the president of Nigeria today. According to him, that Nigerians chose Tifnumbu instead of Obi because Tifnumbu is better. That Peter Obi is just social media president in a nutshell. So if you are talking about social, I'm not talking about social media, all the social media. We're talking about reality. Reality. So Tifnumbu is reality. Obi is fictional. And seriously, APC, they have been making a field day after that interview. He said Obi is only popular on social media, and social media is not real. We are talking about real life. Nigerians voted for Tifnumbu. Maybe he just kind of wanted to make you or get you more upset, Abi. Then he also said, you all of you should wait. Wait for the tribunal to finish. Una go see film. Do you understand that? Like, a lot of them are also waiting on the judiciary, as all of you are waiting on judiciary. Okay? Before they will kind of unravel fully on you. But Wike could not hold it back. He started shooting, double barrel, bah, boo, bah, everybody waiting for side, they collect. Let's start with you, the obedience. That Wike said, Obi is just a social media president. Okay? But if we are talking about real thing, the real deal is Tifnumbu. I know you know why he's saying that too. But I want you to hear it from his mouth. So that
a lot of suffering is in the land. There is economic hardship in Nigeria. The situation is dire. Yeah. This government has also said that things are bad.
Yes.
What would you tell Nigerians? What would you tell Nigerians today as regarding the situation of the country and the kind of hope that they have
let me tell you.
For their future?
Yes, let me tell you. This country must learn very well. I've never seen a country that believes in miracle. Nigeria believes so much in miracle. Miracle.
Maybe because
no, it's not true. You are part of the problem we have. Let me tell you, when I mean you, okay. I'm not saying you are Sheun. Now, let me tell you something. I have just told you here the problems we have in the city. That it requires hard decisions to be taken.
There are those who believe that maybe Peter Obi would have probably taken better decisions.
I don't want social media issue here.
But Peter Obi was a president.
I don't want social.
Of the Labour Party.
I don't want to discuss social media issues. I don't want this popularity. People talk about social media. I don't like that.
Peter Obi,
please, I want reality on ground. I don't discuss those things. And I don't discuss about presidential candidates any longer. I discuss about the economy, the president, what he has to offer. I don't want to. If he would have been better, Nigerians would have voted for him. So this is who Nigeria voted for. And that's what I'm concerned now.
So you believe in Bola Tinubu?
Not about belief. It's more than belief. He has the capacity. Just give him support. Pray for him. Nigerians don't like people who take decisions that way.
Did you get that? It was like, no, don't. We are talking about real thing. If Obi was better, Nigerians would have voted for him. But Nigerians voted for him. And that is why today, the man they didn't vote for is the president. The man is battling with legitimacy. Okay? And the last thing he needed right now is for the judiciary to legitimize that fraud. And then the likes of Wereh can go on full, what do you call it? Full bragging throttle. You know? The economic problem in Nigeria. Wereh said, a lot of you are waiting for miracles. You are looking for miracles. But the person that is in charge, he has the capacity, he blah, 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 and all of that. Wait, oh, you haven't heard anything, no? Man joined that of the PDP to it when they asking him about a PDP. First, this.
Because the thought was that if there was the crisis in the PDP had not gone on, the one that led some of you to oppose the position of Atiku Abubakar being the presidential candidate, that if some of you had worked for the PDP, that the PDP had a stronger chance. In fact, there are those who believe that even out of the court, there is a possibility that PDP may have a chance in the court.
Now, assuming even they have, it will not change my position of equity, fairness, and justice. It will not change my position. The position we said that did not have that president for 8 years, which is there, therefore the South should have. It hasn't changed. It has not changed. So whichever way you look at it. But look, Shane, I've always told people that, you see, you don't tell people that you are the only one who matters. You are the only person who matters. No, that other people don't matter. No, you don't do that. I believe the right thing should be done at all times. If you have heard, that's not just stopping you from being sober. I say, look, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. I thought I was right.
Have you gotten it wrong? Did you get it wrong?
No, I said those.
I'm asking you in any way, and all of these steps that you have taken, did you do anything wrong?
Nothing. That's why our conscience is very clear. That's why we can walk with our shoulders high. In fact, the party should come to River State and say, look, you have made us proud by making sure our party took these seats. The one you lost was the one we have been protesting. Do the right thing. You say you will never do the right thing. Agree on something you will do. You change.
What if things change in the courtroom against the status quo as it is right now? What would you do?
Look, for me, it will not matter. But I stood firm that this is what is right to be done in the country.
You see that happening?
It can be none of
the possibility.
I have never failed. No, the God. No, I don't see that possibility. But the God has.
You're a lawyer.
The God. Look, listen. We have lawyers doing their work. I don't want to do their work. Right? I believe, and I strongly believe, that the God I serve is not a sleeping God. I believe the God that has kept me today, that made me to go through all these processes, will not just come and abandon us like that, though.
You think your God supports Tinubu from now?
Supports the action we took.
To support Bola Tinubu?
Yes. Yes.
You said you are a PDP member. Yeah. But there are reports about your name on the APC Governorship Campaign Council in Bayelsa.
That is how to tell you how important that is.
So you will be working against your party in Bayelsa?
No, that is not correct. You see that the chairman of the party had refuted it. He must know politics. There are some underground hands from movement that today I'm the FCT president.
Did you hear him when he said, when they asked him that what if things change? That is, let's say if the court says Tinubu should move and the rest of them should leave because Tinubu didn't win. Like what would be his reaction? I mean, what was he gonna? I mean, what's he gonna do? And Wereh quickly switched it to God. The God I serve. The God I serve will never abandon me. He will never abandon us like that. I know the lawyers are doing their own job. But I know the God I serve. The God you serve, that you unleash terror on your own people, the state you governed for 8 years, and the last, just on election day, you unleashed terror on them and killed 3 people because of the Tifnumbu, and you turn around and you say, the God has half. The God has half can never abandon us midway. Do you see how they always kind of play God? Do you see how they play God? So something happened too. You know, he's still in PDP. And they have election in Bayelsa State. So the people in Bayelsa, PDP, they included his name as one of their campaign team, campaign leaders. APC, Egbekegbe, they are also participating in the election as well. State election. So APC, Egbekegbe now listed him as also the APC leaders going there to campaign. And that became an issue, yeah? Like, where is Wike in all of this? Where does he actually belong? And I think that was when Sheung asked him, like, what if they suspend you? The bombshell. They don't burn them well. Let them try it. Oh, in fact, I dare them. I dare them. Dare them to try it. Yes, the bombshell. I haven't seen the rage of, you know.
I don't. Are you afraid that your party might move against you and expel you?
Who's the party?
The PDP.
Who are the PDP people?
They are the executives of the party, the neck of the party. You saw that the former vice president and the presidential candidate are meeting with governors and leaders of the party.
Please,
you don't think that those can come against you?
But let me tell you this today. Let me tell you this. We are just waiting for the presidential panel to finish. You know who actually are those who are working well for the party. How can anybody talk about expelling me? A state that provided that bought a governor, a state that bought 3 senatorial, 3 senators, a state that produced 32 House of Assembly members over 32, a state that produced 11 out of 13 House of Rep. The person that will suspend me is the one that couldn't produce a governor, is the one that couldn't produce 3 senators, is the one that couldn't produce assembly. But look, I have not seen that person. With all due respect.
If they do it, what would you do?
Nobody will do it. So the issue of they will do does not arise.
What if it is in a plan?
Which plan?
To discipline you for
who would discipline me? I should be the one calling for the discipline of these people who violated the party constitution.
In what way?
In the way that the party said there must be rotation. And you violated the constitution of the party. Who dares that person that will say, will suspend? Who is that person? Who? I want to dare anybody who will say that. Listen. We know men of character. I'm a man of character. I can tell you authoritatively. What happened? This government, what the press was saying was not what I said. I never said PDP governors nominated ministers. I never said so. I said that this government wrote to all the governors of PDP and APC to nominate people for appointments. That's what I said. To nominate people for appointment, 10 person, 13. Yes. And I said, PDP governors nominated people for appointment. Appointment is appointment, both as board, both as commissions, right? I challenge anybody who is the governor of PDP that said he never wrote any letter to this government for social people to be appointed under this government. Has anybody come to challenge me? Has anybody come to challenge me? Nobody has come to challenge me.
So PDP governors put forward names?
Of course.
For Bola Tinubu?
Of course. Let any one governor come up to say, you are telling lies I never wrote. I photocopy and I will show the world. Come on. Sometimes, listen, to tell you how I respect the party. I respect the party. I wrote to the national chairman and his people that this is the offer made to me by the president. Did they say they told me not to collect, not accept? I wrote a letter to the zonal chairman of my party
Did you get responses?
Yes, they said, accept it. It's a call for duty. I wrote to the state chairman of my party. He said, accept it. I wrote to my governor. He said, accept it. Who are these people coming to say they will discipline? Discipline who? Who discipline who? Look, forget about the rantings of the reggae dancers in their so-called, they say they know. They are all regretting of the actions they took. It is because of arrogance and impunity. Arrogance and impunity.
Did you see that? Wait till the tribunal legitimize these criminals. You will see the true arrogance, and this impunity is mentioning, okay? That's supposed to be a member of a political party, but it's bigger than his party. Like PDP is finished. Yeah, they still have fringes of where they, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's the most they can be, as long as Nigeria remains, you know. Gone. What's the difference between them anyway? Is there any difference? Okay. It's just dare them. I dare anybody. Yes, I dare anybody to discipline me. So who's going to discipline him? The last time he made a statement about obedience and obi. You know, the usual, when they used to call you 4 people tweeting in a room. You remember? That used to be very popular slang. What are we now? This is August. Last year, August. That was the moment the obedient, the obedient, started demystifying these political jobbers and chancers who have managed to wield empty, what do you call it? Empty personalities, sort of, right? Substanceless personalities all around all these years. You demystified all of that. And that started sometimes last year, July, when you were doing your 1 million man march, August, September. Maybe they used to call you 4 people tweeting in a room. Maybe they used to call you that a lot of you have no voters card, this, you know, have that. You don't even know your polling unit. Maybe they used to say that you are mostly noisemakers on social media. That Peter Obi will be your president on social media. But today, the likes of Wereh had to go to the darkest part of this earth to commit the darkest of the darkest of the darkest crime against his own people, just to be able to have a seat on the table with Pablo Escobar, Pablo Ecowas. Do you understand that? So they used to say you are nothing. Social media, this and that. If you see 500,000 votes, they should declare you winner. Remember those days when they used to tell you that? If Peter Obi score 500,000 votes, they should declare him winner. Oh, if Peter Obi score 1 million votes, I will give 10 people 1 million naira. Remember those days? All those cash TVists. They were all everywhere on social media at the time. So when the election came and the charade came to the head, the same Obi that they said couldn't get 500,000 votes, cannot win one local government. After all of the rigging, after all of even the one they couldn't even rig well. You know what I mean? Like they have been rigging for 24 years in Nigeria. Sure you get? They are still not perfect. Rig election. Maybe everybody go be like, this election rigging are perfect. Oh, you know, if you dispute this one, they couldn't rig. It was so messy. It was so like, man, you saw it now. All because they wanted to stop the 4 people tweeting in a room. The day they finally, I mean, after a week that Mr. Yakubu finally announced the result at 4 a.m. Peter Obi that they said social media president ended up, at least the one they declared though, ended up with 12 solid states that he won convincingly with margin, including Abuja. The giant PDP, the giant APC ruling party,
They were scrambling and scrambling and crushing and scratching everywhere just because they wanted to remain in power. It became the nightmare that the trauma is still affecting them today. That's why if you see anything, if you go on social media and say, for example, if they say Nigeria foreign reserve gained 1 billion naira. Sure, you get like it's supposed to be good news, Abi. Say they don't have 1 billion to Nigerian foreign reserve after they have depleted it all. And you go there, you say, nah lie. Just go there and say, nah lie. You will see them, they will come. Now the trauma of waiting you obedient did to them. Oh, let us be honest too. Me, I want to, you know what I'm saying, right? The trauma of that 2023 campaign and election will still make them today. If you just go somewhere and just comment and say, nah lie. They will come there and say, you obedient, you disobedient, you this enemy of Nigeria. Be like, Baba, wait till they worry you. I just commented na lie. You don't even know me. You don't even know if I participated in your charade or not. But automatically, I'll be obedient. You disobedient, you disobingo. Now Nigeria will be great in your lifetime. Nigeria will be better. We know that you don't like Nigeria. Say, Sherry trauma, you. 4 people tweeting in a room. People who were supposed to be social media noisemakers. They ended up being the nightmare that, you know, as if call you, Esa, Kilode, Obio, where is he? He said, no, sir, you are sleeping. Obi is not here, sir. Long. Disobedient. You people are telling me that they are just social media noisemaker. I am having bad dreams. Now the trauma, if you see all of them attacking you today, now the trauma, they thought when the whole thing comes down, you go be like Kwakwanso. Remember? You go be like Kwakwanso. So the likes of Wereh can come back and continue to delude himself and feel like Tifnumbu actually got elected when he knows what they did. Like I said, just the other time when he was saying the same thing, you know what Obi said? Even despite all of his efforts killing people for Tifnumbu in Rivers State, I mean, now, let's be honest. Now, even you, where they watch me, you, Lagos Abobaku, you, Tifnumbu supporter, once in a while, dead clock can be right twice in a day. You know that dead clock. Even if they have removed your humanity, empathy and sympathy, honesty and sincerity, maybe once in a while, you could tell yourself, that's true, Maiyegun. I remember. Wereh rigged the election in Rivers State. Even all of you, Tifnumbu supporters, were shocked. Some of you came out and said, oh, this weekend a madman, oh, he went too far. Which kind of rigging be this? This one feel destroy this whole election at the tribunal. Some of you said that with what you saw. And he got rewarded for it, fine. So if you turn around and he's talking about social media president, you don't know that you are deluding yourselves. You are deluding yourselves. Obi.
And for making Southern presidency possible, you are his hero. Festus Keyamo, spokesperson of the APC, also waded into the matter and said, in fact, that you have served your purpose in this electoral process, that the purpose that you were to serve was to help make Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu president-elect. That's his own reading of it. He says, because without you stopping the PDP in their traditional states, Bola Tinubu will not have emerged as president-elect. Number 3, Reno Omokri, who is a spokesperson for the People's Democratic Party, says, well, APC may have rigged, but that Mr. Peter Obi was the perfect rigger in that election, and that you rigged in the Southeast, that he is surprised that a candidate will be reporting 97% of the votes from certain states of the Federation. Of course, Atiku Abubakar, presidential candidate of the PDP himself, had admitted that your leaving the PDP hurt his chances in that election. What do you say to these general comments on your presidential race?
Well, Ruben, my first reaction generally is that I contested the election. I wasn't contesting it to help anybody to win. And I continue to say that even the declared winner did not win. You might have been declared by whatever means, but you've not won the election. Reuben, to win is to win the people. Democracy is government of the people, by the people, for the people. That means if you must win, you must win the people. But if you don't win the people, you've not won. And I can tell you, the last election, the declared person did not win. However, that is what we're challenging. The rascality is what we're challenging. On the various comments, let me use the issue of Reno or mockery. Ordinarily, I won't comment on anything because I only comment on or reply fellow presidential candidates, not their spokesperson, because they're not contesting. But since something that I have never participated or been part of was mentioned, I need to reply it. Reuben, I have never, and I will never, ask anybody to add one vote for me that doesn't rightfully belong to me. I've never paid anybody to rig election for me. Go all over Nigeria and ask anybody in INEC, the so-called EOs, resident commissioners, everybody, whether any of them have met Peter Obi saying do this. Go and ask police, army, anybody. Never. They are referees. It is their job to do their job. I've never. This show where I got 97% is in Anambra State. Reno Mokri forgot that in 2019, go and check the records, where PDP had the highest vote was in Anambra State. When in 2019, when I was vice presidential candidate to Politico, our vote in Anambra State was 95 point something, almost 96%. That's where PDP got the highest vote, because I was on that ballot. And they know me. Reuben, I live in Onitsha. If you want to know whether I get 95% in Anambra State, come and go to Anambra State with me. I don't need police. When I come out, you see the reaction of the people. In fact, I'm actually surprised I didn't get 100%. I'm telling you, because I don't know who will be voting against me in Anambra State. In the Southeast, it's a similar situation. People know me. People know what I stand for. People know I've kept to my promises. People know I've kept to what I've said. It's a simple thing. It's like people go about and say, oh, he got votes in Lagos because of the Igbos. Remember how many Igbos live in Lagos? I got more votes from the indigenous in Lagos than those who are, you can call visitors. Are the Igbos in Nasarawa? Are the Igbos in Plateau? Are the Igbos in Abuja? In rivers, where you know that the governor came out against me, is everything. I said, if the real vote of rivers were counted, Reuben, I won. I have over 50-something% of the vote. The other two parties were sharing the order. And it was, I won in Asoro. So, will you say it's rigging? Which machinery do I have to rig? I have no councillor, I have no local government chairman, no this thing. I'm not in control of police. I don't even know any DPO. So which machinery will I use to rig? How will you do? They are the ones who I believe in this. What they are doing is what I'm trying to change. So those who tell you I've satisfied what I came for are part of the people we're trying to change.
All right. Okay, so let's talk about the...
Did that answer your curiosity? That was his answer then.
is somebody who is still believing that, don't worry. I know a lot of you don't believe in the system, but we will prove it. You cannot win an election without winning the people, which is true. The people are the ones who give you legitimacy. So if you win an election, that means you have won the people. Shey Tinubu win the people in Nigeria today? Be honest. Everywhere you go, some of you Lagos Aboba coups watching me right now, you know they tire. Everywhere you go, what are you trying to do? You are fighting everybody. For who? For Tinubu. What does that tell you? Does that not tell you that he wasn't elected? The legitimacy question, is so much still unanswered. He has no legitimacy. Everywhere you go to, now Ogun go kill your papa. And you this bastard, you this Omali. Are you not supposed to be shaking? Are we not supposed to be praying? Are you know the tire? What does that tell you? It simply means you are fighting to be accepted by the people you said elected you. Everything is, some of you are here now, everything, they will be criticizing him. Even if he said, okay, he's going to do something, nobody believe in him. Why? Because they didn't vote for him. They didn't. You can tell them, you can continue to tell them, continue to cry. No, they are not crying. They are making their rejection obvious. We did not vote for this drug dealer. No, we didn't. Now, fine, you support him, you wanted him to be president. Now he's got so much baggages that continue to approve those who never wanted him right. Do you understand? So, even if he said, okay, all Nigerians, thank God, we now have, 1 naira to $1. Petrol is now 20 naira a liter. People will still never accept him. Have you not noticed? So if you are there fighting everybody for Tinubu, no, you are the one crying. You are supposed to be happy that your wish has come true, but look around you. Your wish is not the wish of the majority. He is not accepted. Of course, he has the chance of forcing himself on the rest of the country for now, but it may not be for too long. Yeah, it may not be for too long. Because this issue of election rigging, election manipulation, all these democratic, anti-democratic elements in Africa, they are already giving birth to military takeovers all over Africa. So continue. They tell you, say, Ali Bongo no get supporter. There are Gabonese that love Ali Bongo, praying for him every day. Do you think there are none? Bazoum in Niger Republic. There are Nigerians that are praying for Bazoum. Sure, you get. But the thing here is that if you are practicing democracy, it is the game of the majority versus the minority. In Nigeria, in Africa, it is the game of the minority versus the majority. You reject them at the poll, they rig the election, they force themselves on you. Then they begin to implement policies that you cannot even fight. If you try to fight it, they use the instrument of the state to clamp down on you, shoot, kill, and jail you. And it is like a vicious circle. It's like that all the time. Oh, election is coming. Elections in Africa is like preparing for war. Because the minority criminals, they want to force themselves on the majority, supposed the people, which is actually the base for that democracy. Government of the people. By the people, for the people. It is not the government of the rich, by the rich, for the rich. That one is called kleptocracy. I think so. Or government of the few, by the few, for the few. Government of the Christians, by the Christians, for the Christians. Government of the Muslim, by the Muslims, for the Muslims. That's not democracy. Government of the Yorubas, by the Yorubas, for the Yorubas. Can only happen in Yoruba nation, not in Nigeria. Government of the Hausa of the North, by the North, for the North. No, that's not democracy. That's what they practice in Africa. It is the government of the few, by the few, for the few. And they target democracy. So continue rigging elections, continue manipulating it, continue telling people that they can go and hug transformer. There's nothing they can do. Ashiwaju go use 8 years. Ashiwaju go use 80 years. He can use 100 years. It won't be the first. But with what is going on in Africa, okay, you continue. Shebi Rwanda, let me tell you this, in Togo, na family affair. In Rwanda, it is compensation for the former warlord. No, in their own way, they put together a style of government in Rwanda. That style of government has created a dictator. But what I mean is that, you can't criticize the dictator. You cannot contest election against Kagame. Sure, you get? If you declare as an opposition to run against Kagame, you will automatically be accused of being sponsored by some enemy of Rwanda. So automatically you end up in jail. 23 years now after the Rwanda genocide, Kagame has been their president. And they have Rwanda, they have the best PR in Africa. Maybe, I don't know, right? Abi, some of you are here. Whenever they want to talk about where good governance is, good life, rule of law in Africa, they take for some of your mouth to mention Rwanda. Look at Rwanda. Meanwhile, Kagame, 23 years of Kagame, has also kept Rwanda more or less like the North Korea of Africa. The poverty, it's like they are the one that they will write the number. The living standard of Rwandans, and the rest of that. You know what I mean? Like no corruption, no this. They are like the states. 23 years, no democracy, but except the democracy defined in Rwanda, the one that jailed opposition or killed them. So 23 years, supposed peaceful Rwanda. Kagame don't get the message after what happened in Gabon. Yoweri Museveni of Uganda, that one has been in power for about 37 years. He has also received the message. Paul Biya of Cameroon, that one has been in power for over 40 years. He has also received the message as well. Now, reacting to what happened in Gabon, before they will begin to call all of you to make some noise for them, like a Libingo, they decided to quickly retire some of those they believe that could be tempted. Number one, what happened in Niger Republic? What happened in Niger Republic? The coup in Burkina Faso was, was carried out by the presidential guard, those who are protecting the president. And then first, you know what I mean? When it happened in Mali, it was those who are protecting the president that first arrested him and they got it on. Then when it happened in Niger, it was the people who are protecting the president that arrested Bazoum. Now that it happened in Gabon, same thing. National Guard or Presidential Guard, they were the ones who also arrested the president. And let me tell you something. For all the places that coup have taken place in Africa, especially the French-speaking African countries where coup have taken place, it has been so obvious that despite majority of them pretending to be practicing democracy, the military takeover in those countries have received thunderous, massive acceptance from the citizens, from the populace. All over these places. So, in Burkina Faso, when the military took over, the people celebrated. It was a massive national celebration. Right? When it happened in Mali, it was a national celebration. When it happened in Niger, in Guinea, national celebration. Now, it has happened in Gabon. You have seen how they have been celebrating and welcoming them. So, which means those who claim to be doing democracy in Africa, and those of them who have been sit-tight rulers in Africa, those who have manipulated their constitution of their country, those who have manipulated their electoral system in their countries to keep themselves in power, now they are having an idea how much their people hate them. That's where I'm going. When the military came in, and you see the acceptance of this military by the people, that shows you that whether you have been ruling for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and you are telling yourself that your people love you. Baba, you have been in power for 20 years. Go and rest now. No, my people love me. I'm still serving my people. They want me. 30 years, my people want me. I'm still serving them. 40 years, and all those expressions that if the people still want him, when military strikes, you will realize how much your people hate you. Not just the president. I'm talking about all of you political parties who are ruling every part of Nigeria today. All of you, PDP, APC, and any party you belong to, any political position you are currently holding, if you are currently still benefiting from the total control of the establishment by these criminals, your leaders, one day, go be one day. That when that one day happen, you will realize how much people hate you. That's when you realize how much people actually hate you. You will be watching the videos of people celebrating your downfall. When your family members will be hunted down, some of them will be killed. Your properties will be destroyed. A lot of you will run away. You will run away without anything, taking anything with you. You will be watching them burning your properties, burning everything you probably hold dear. All of your security agents, everybody will scatter. You'll be asking yourself, are these not the same people who always dance and dance and dance and sing every time I come around? Are these not the same people I have been giving money to for their children school fees, for their medical bill, for all this scholarship? Are these not the people I built mosque for? I built churches for? Are these not the people who love me, who pretended to love me? Are these not the people who have been voting for me, or I have been rigging and never complained? You will realize how much they hate you. But for now, may everybody do vuvuzela. With a Wike, continue to blab your mouth. Now, one single stroke like that, and it will just sweep everybody. So what did they do? Kagame is worried. Okay? So he quickly retired some senior military officials, especially those who are protecting the presidential palace in Rwanda. May I tell you about this dictator that has one of the best PR in Africa right now? You know what they do sell? May I tell you, I love you, Rwandans, I love you. But a lot of you will agree with me, right? So to avoid any repeat of the genocide, tribal war or ethnic cleansing, which saw nearly 1 million people killed in 100 days in Rwanda. So they decided that you are not going to be identified by your ethnic nationality anymore. Whether you are Hutu or you are Tutsi, it doesn't matter. You are Rwandan. So that idea is idea of nationalism. That idea is the idea of Kagame and his group. The guys who actually came to stop the genocide at the time. That's, you know what I mean? That's how, to stop the genocide, you have to commit genocide too, okay? So they were those rebels who came from DRC, entered Rwanda, and they ended the killing. And after this national agreement, blah, 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 he was appointed as the leader, okay? And he became the first president of Rwanda. And every policy that they felt would keep everybody in check were put in place. I'll tell you about Rwanda, yeah? Apart from all of their PRO, okay? If you see anything about Kagame, this video I'm making right now, Kagame and his crew, they spend so much money, right? That this video I am making right now, I won't be surprised if they will cut part of it because I've said something terrible about Kagame. Masha no cross Rwanda. Whether not 5 years, whether not 10 years from today, if my traveling cross Rwanda, Kigali, they will stop me there. They will play me this video. So you are this Nigerian who has been saying nonsense about the president and about Rwanda. That's what they will do. So immediately, I'm going to end up in their jail. Immediately, right there, they're going to sentence me to maybe 30, 40 years. And immediately, they are going to, to unleash the PR on everywhere, media, locally and internationally, of how this Nigerian has been trying to bring back Rwanda war through his YouTube channel. That's it. And they will focus on that until you'll be reading that they are begging Rwanda Kagame to release me because of what I said on YouTube, what I said on Facebook. Rwandans know this very well. A lot of them, they can't go back to Rwanda, your beautiful Rwanda. Especially those of you who are not from Rwanda, Nigerians, who love to talk about our beautiful Africa, this or that. Africa is full of dictators. But somehow, people love their dictators, differently. And with the wind that is blowing in Africa now, you may sleep in Kigali this evening, and knowing that Kagame is the president. And you may wake up tomorrow morning, Kagame don't dey prison. Another person don't become president. That is the situation now in Africa. Some of these local dictators who have managed to put a very fine profile out there, PR, why they can't, they kind of, cage their people in the name of democracy. They are feeling it. In Cameroon, Paul Biya of Cameroon. Well, you know Paul Biya very well. Okay? So, Paul Biya, from the record, they said he came to power since 1982 or 83. But that's like 41 years ago. You know his story very well. The man is 90 years old right now. With what happened in Gabon, in Cameroon, Paul Biya children, they are members of government in Cameroon. Some of them are there that they are already grooming to take over from him. You know his story, Abi. He himself has decided to retire and transfer some of the Cameroonian generals and all of them. He released a decree yesterday, saying that all of these people, they are to be retired, and those that are not retired, they must be moved far, far away from presidential palace. All of the ammunitions of the military, government ammunitions in Cameroon, they have decided, right, to put them under a special team that will monitor them, different from the military of Cameroon right now. You know what that means, The generals in charge of security of Cameroon, including the president and his family, they have changed them. Not just that. Those who are now in the control of the weaponry of Cameroon as a country, they have also changed them. Changed them to only people that they don't even know themselves, kind of. So it was like a quick change and all of that. So, whatever is going on, whether true or whether it's going to happen or not, no, let's just do it. Let's do it. We cannot take that chances. Equatorial Guinea, is also coming on board soon. Togo, where you have the Nasingbe, Yadema, the Nasingbe, they are also coming on board soon. It's also another place where a tyrant has been for a while. So, how far or who is next? As you are sitting down here right now, wondering, like, where is next? Okay? In July, it was Niger Republic. Okay? In August, it's Gabon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to go to September. Which country is also going to fall to coup in September? That is the worry for even those who thought a day like this will never come, or a period like this will never come, that they will have to be worried about the country that they felt like they've conquered already. In Nigeria, the military had to issue repeated warning. Now the sixth one be this. So before now, they continue to tell Nigerians that forget it, coup can never happen in Nigeria. We will never allow that. We are committed to democracy. We will defend anybody who try to truncate democracy and defend democracy against them. And all this blah, 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 shalaye that is coming from the Nigerian military. Anyway, Tinubu changed all of them recently by choosing the people he trusts. But after choosing them, 2 coups have happened. One in Niger, one in Gabon. And they still haven't figured out how they're going to tackle both as we speak. Now, another one could happen again. So even with people, Tifnubu's chief farming, service chiefs, they still have to issue a warning, not warning, a kind of reassurance. We are loyal to the government of this country. There will never be any coup in Nigeria. Any soldier or any military or group of soldiers entertaining such, they should bury it. Oh. If you are caught, the punishment is going to be very severe. Baba, Natif Numbu's chief of army staff, they give that warning. They are warning the junior soldiers in the army. Don't think it, oh. Don't they get motivated, though. Because of this and that. So Nigeria is not Gabon. Nigeria is not Niger. Okay? If you are caught trying to do any coup or anything, Baba, you will be arrested, you know. But the thing is this. We don't know if they know they are not talking, they are talking to the wrong crowd. Even right now, they are trying to gaslight a lot of you that you are wishing that there is going to be a coup in Nigeria because you lost the election and the rest of that. It's not you. Remember, I've told you that before. It is not you. You have played your own part. They told you to go and get PVC. You decided to go and get it. Abi? They told you to go and get ballot paper and vote. You decided to go and get ballot, you voted. Now, it was time for them to count your votes. Shalaye started. They changed the rules of the game. In the middle of the game. They have cheated you already. So at this point, the injustice that has led to a lot of you rejecting them in the first place has now possibly quadrupled. You have more reason now that you don't even want to have anything to do with them. Even if you don't get gone or anything to go and remove them. If anybody remove them tomorrow, at least like Gabonese and the rest of them, una go see troop out on the streets and celebrate the fact that you had a peaceful means of removing them. They turned it into war. Now those who they believe will defend them for rigging you have now turned the gun on them. So what do? Is it your fault? Of course, I don't wish you have a military coup in Nigeria. I'll tell you that truth too. But that means because I'm not in Nigeria. And it is very unfair. Like, seriously. If you are not in Nigeria, okay, you are likely not going to understand from where people are coming from when they say, Baba, forget it, Joe. What is the worst thing that the military will do that these guys have not done? If you criticize them, they can make you disappear. Yes, you can disappear, that nobody will see you again. Even if you go to court in Nigeria, if the court says they should do this, they can disobey the court and nothing will happen. Is that not what the military does as well? They can steal your money and they know you cannot do anything. Nothing you can do. We did this one 5 billion, this one billion, that one billion. Now read, you go read them. What you go do? You won't go arrest them. So, soldiers no get human rights. For under military, you no get any human right to, Baba, no human right to. Sure you get. You feel sleep inside, you feel go to bed for inside your house this evening and wake up in Kirikiri by 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. But is that different from what these guys are already doing to you? Are they not already using soldiers to level a whole village? Are they not already using soldiers, Air Force, to bomb villages and bomb civilians? Are they not already doing it? Do you have a chance of holding anybody responsible? Are they not committing crimes against humanity in Nigeria today? Mass murder, genocide. Are they not doing it? Religious cleansing. Are they not doing it now? Under civilian democracy. What is that worst thing that the military would do? But if you are not in Nigeria, that you understand how all of this system works, you will never wish military on them. But if you are inside Nigeria, if you actually speak to those who are inside Nigeria, all these things you are talking about, they will tell you what is the worst. What do you think is the worst? They did not vote for these people, but they have already taken over government. They have started making appointments. They have started borrowing money in the name of Nigeria. They have started doing things like people actually voted for them. So soldiers who come with guns, nobody voted for them. They will also be signing contracts. They will also be printing money, borrowing money, doing things that these criminals are also doing. And you cannot do anything to them. Eh? So, what is the worst they can do? Mismanage the economy? Is that not what these guys are doing? Baba, 24 years, civilian government, democratic government cannot build 24 hours electricity in Nigeria. 24 years. Even Ghana, they have left where they were 24 years ago on electricity. They have left where they were 24 years ago on infrastructure. They have left. Nigeria has gone down, down, down. 24 years of democracy. Eh? No pipe-borne water, drinking water, or drinkable water. Eh? Provided by government. No better medical system. Eh? Healthcare system. 24 years of democracy. 24 years of democracy, ladies and gentlemen. Look around you and see other smaller African countries and go back to 24 years ago. Yes, those who are poor are still poor, but take a look. Take a look at your whole self. So what is the worst thing that the military will do that these guys have not done? Eh? I just thought I should ask. So yeah, they are currently doing all they can to see that there is no military coup that will remove them from these comfortable positions. Yesterday, we were talking about this issue of how, like, this underdevelopment of a thing. Then I shared with you a video of Ogun State local government chairman who were begging the governor. I think I still have it. I'll show you. Yes, I still do. Ogun supposed democratically elected local government chairman. Remember that word, underline that word, though. Democratically elected. So one of them raised the alarm that in the last 2 years, 17.1 billion naira of money that should ordinarily have come to the local government areas for the local development of the people. That money has been diverted by the state governor. And this has left them incapacitated, that they couldn't deliver anything for their people. They couldn't do anything. Because every penny that should have come to them went to the governor and he spent it. The guy raised the alarm. And instead of the necessary government institutions or agencies to pick that up and investigate it, they turn it into that demigod worship scene. That man, his name is Wale Adedayo. The guy on the left is Wale Adedayo, the local government chairman of Ijebu East local government area of Ogun State, headquartered at Wereh. Now, Wale Adedayo, being one of the 20 local government chairmen in Ogun State, accused the fraudster, Dubious Darkpo, the guy on the right, of diverting the local government fund that is over 17.1 billion. Now, what happened next? The man on the right invited all of the 20 local government chairmen to Abeokuta and he told them they have to apologize to him. So that video, you saw people prostrating, apologizing. From what I heard, Wale Adedayo never went there to prostrate for dubious Dapo or apologize or begged him. And he confirmed that. I'll tell you what happened after. He confirmed that to this Nigeria FM, Abeokuta Radio, a phone-in program. Watch.
Méjìdínlógún nínú àwọn alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ tó ń bẹ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn wọ́n lọ bẹ̀ gómìnà Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún pé kí wọ́n má bínú pé nínú wọ́n ka àwọn owó tí wọ́n gbà o ṣé wà ń bẹ̀ níbi ìpàdé yẹn kí n kọ́kọ́ béèrè yẹn ṣé wà ń bẹ̀ ṣé lọ bẹ̀ gómìnà Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ẹ lọ bẹ̀ wọ́n kí lẹ lọ ṣe ń bẹ̀ nígbà tẹ́ mọ̀ pé ẹ lọ bẹ̀ wọ́n.
wọ́n ní pàdé wà ó ní pàdé bíi méjì àbí mẹ́ta ta lọ sí tí pàdé bá wà tí máa sásẹyìn tí mo bá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé mo ní nǹkan kan tí mo ń gbé pamọ́ àbẹ̀rù ń bà mí ni. wọ́n máa fi hàn gbọ́dọ̀ ṣojú èmi lọ síbẹ̀ mo ìwà ń bẹ̀ lánàá aago 9 àbọ̀ alẹ́ lánàá.
ṣé bá wọn dọ̀bálẹ̀ bẹ̀ gómìnà.
tí n bá bẹ̀ èèyàn máa ti kọ lẹ́tà tán ní kí n kọ̀ wọ̀ ebi ò bẹ̀ yẹn kàn tí n bá bẹ̀ yẹn ti rí signature mi lórí màá ti sign lẹ́tà pé nǹkan tí n bá bẹ̀ sìn kí ni mo fẹ́ bẹ̀ fún ṣé pé nǹkan tí mo sọ kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àbí báwo kí lè bẹ̀ yẹn dúró lé lórí.
nígbà táwọn tó kùn dọ̀bálẹ̀ dọ̀bálẹ̀.
àwọn tó ń bẹ̀ ṣe lọ́sọ̀ pé wọ́n bẹ̀ ṣé àwọn ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ pé irọ́ ni Wálé Adédayọ̀ ń pa ni àbí báwo. tòbí téèyàn bá bẹ̀ téèyàn bá ṣẹ̀ tọ́wọ́n léèyàn ṣẹ̀ èèyàn bẹ̀bẹ̀ kí ni ẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn dúró lé lórí nǹkan tó yẹ káwọn ọmọ bèrè ní ẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn dúró lé lórí.
ọ̀gbẹ́ni Wálé Adédayọ̀ wọ́n ní ẹ gba owó nínú ẹjẹ kàbí honourable Gazal bí wọ́n ṣe sọ o wọ́n ní nínú ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ nínú oṣù karùn-ún ẹ pín owó tó lé ní bílíọ̀nù 4 náírà 4.5 billion naira wọ́n lé pín nínú oṣù kẹfà wọ́n ní ẹ pín owó tó lé ní bílíọ̀nù 4 náírà 4.4 billion naira ni wọ́n ní ẹ pín ní June. kí ló dé tẹ̀ wá lè sọ̀rọ̀ níwájú gómìnà. nígbà táwọn akẹgbẹ́ yín sọ níwájú gómìnà kí ló dé tẹ̀ takò pé gómìnà owó kankan ò dé àpò ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ ìlà oòrùn Ìjẹ̀bú.
tí mo bá takò nǹkan tó ń sọ àníwá ń bí ta wà yìí àní máa sọ nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí gbogbo àti lọ.
wọ́n pa kò sí nǹkan tó jọ.
wọ́n sọ pé àwọn pín owó àwọn gba owó ṣe bèrè lọ́wọ́ níbo lowó yẹn wà kí ló fi owó yẹn ṣe ládùúgbò wọn kí ló dé táwọn èèyàn ń complain kí ló dé tó fi owó yẹn ṣe níbo lowó yẹn wà níbo ló wá sí.
ohun tẹ́ ń gbìyànjú àti sọ sí ni pé àwọn tí wọ́n lọ bẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n kàn ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ lórí asán ni. ṣé ẹ̀tàn ni ká pè yẹn ni àbí kí ni ká pè é.
ìjọba ó kó oríṣiríṣi tábàdíkà máa sọ àlè sọ́tàn lẹ́nìí. tó nǹkan tó bí.
Sorry to those of my viewers who didn't understand Yoruba, but I am going to help you kind of paraphrase and interpret what they discussed there. The guy on the phone is Wale Adedayo, and he was being asked if he was present during the time that his colleagues were begging the governor. He said he was present. So they asked him, did you also prostrate for the governor, begging him? And he was like, if I had prostrated, we would not be here, because I was told to write a letter of apology for saying that my local government didn't collect a dime for the past 2 years, even though our allocations that are coming from Abuja have never been, it has never been unpaid. So they told him to go and write a letter and apologize to the governor. He refused. The governor invited all of them to Okemoson in Abeokuta. And his colleagues, so according to him, they said his colleagues, while they were begging the governor, they actually admitted in front of the governor that the governor shared 4.5 billion to all of them in May. That in June, the governor shared 4.4 billion naira to all of them, local government, in June. And the guy was like, the Wale Adedayo was like, okay, if it's true that he shared the money, right? Ask those people, all of them that said the governor shared money. Ask them what did they do with their money. Ask them that how much did they collect? At least 4.4 billion, 4.5 billion. That's so much money. Abi? That you can easily say, oh yeah, what did they do with the money? They must come and tell us what they do with the money. No. The truth is that they never shared any billion to anybody. That dubious dark was scripted that show. They prepared to make video of it, but it didn't work. Sure you get, it did not serve the purpose. Wale Adedayo did not prostrate. He is not backing down. Then he must be taught a lesson. So what is the next line of action? They called all the local government councillors. You have just 3 hours, okay? And we want you to impeach him, remove him as chairman right away. Not tomorrow, this evening. That was last night. And that's exactly what they have done. The local government has now suspended him. The councillors have suspended the chairman. So they are still working on impeaching him because they said he should come and defend himself of how he has been spending the local government money. Money we no deal. See, they wrote in their petition, in their impeachment of Wale Adedayo on the order of the governor. So they said, financial maladministration of Honorable Wale Adedayo as chairman of Ijebu East local government, Wereh, Ijebu. So they are now looking for empowerment of 4 million naira in the year 2022. He should come and account for it. Isheshe Day, wastage of 7 million naira, 2 million naira. He must come and account for it. Duty to allowance for chairman, 260,000 naira. He must come and account for it. Another duty to allowance for the chairman and other top officers, 426,000 naira. They must come and account for it. Inauguration expenses of women in politics in Ijebu East, 350,000 naira. They should come and account for it. Entertainment and other logistic expenses during commissioning of legislative building, 350,000 naira. They should come and account for it. Another entertainment, which is 295,000 naira, he must come and account for it, else they will impeach him. So resolution, Shanipe, they are removing their chairman for challenging the governor that has stolen billions of naira from the same local governments. The council also, because they also give, it's more or less that they always write their names too. Okay? So legislators, so they should go and remove him. While Wale Adedayo was hearing that they want to remove him, sending the police, so this is it. Wale Adedayo then tweeted, he said, yesterday the clerk of the house was summoned to Abeokuta along with our head of local government administration, Oga. Of course, they wanted to impeach me since Tuesday. They claim it has been done today after more than 100 armed policemen invaded the local government. So after this one, does it make the allegation go away? Mr. Governor still have to account for all the funds since 2019. And we are yet to open another box on the 52 billion naira. Sure you get invading peaceful Wereh community with mobile policemen in order to impeach Wale Adedayo is desperation, of course. As I told the SSG yesterday, we took an oath with our fathers that we will make this land better than we met it. You can kill the body, but not the spirit of Wale Adedayo. And for those who know Wale Adedayo very well, I actually never believe he will go into politics and become a local government chairman. Wale Adedayo be like, na elegbon, shey you get. All this elegbon be saying them be journalists, one man mopo, journalist. Person will be say in pen, whatever he write and he dish out, Baba. Those who claim to be powerful people, they go to look for him. Under Gbenga Daniel, this Wale Adedayo, with his own expose on Gbenga Daniel alone, there was no social media like you have it right now. Then, Wale Adedayo's expose on Gbenga Daniel was so traumatizing for Gbenga, that Wale Adedayo could not sleep in his own house anymore because there were always people tailing him around in Ogun State. And he never left Ijebu, he never left Ogun State. He's all those rugged ones. We be say, and Wale Adedayo be like, your Maiyegun of today, somebody you know that, is not so fast, is not so attracted to this stupendous wealthy, this money thing and all that. Sure, you get it. People will say they can easily make money if all they are out for is money. Sure, you know. There are people who actually knows their worth. And then at a point, they will be saying, why don't you come and join politics? Somehow, he found his own way into APC, somehow. And he became their friend, right? Then somehow, I just said that dubious Dapo has made him a local government chairman. So they expected him to keep his mouth shut. Why billions of naira that could develop Ogun State is being siphoned away by this criminal, dubious Dapo. No, it's a tough thing for Ijebu to keep quiet. It's very hard, you know? So that's why I said, I mean, I don't know what always attracts people to believe that the same system that you have criticized, that because of what you know about the system, then suddenly you can do better by joining them. Like, you know, examples of people who have tried that and came back failed abound. You cannot change Nigeria's system by joining it. The entire system needs to collapse. A new one needs to pop up under a different arrangement that is not Nigeria. So when you say you are criticizing what is going on in Nigeria for years because of your understanding of it, then years come. You can't say you don't join them. I don't join them now, you know. We cannot always be criticizing. We need to join and contribute our quota. Which quota are you contributing? Deceiving yourself, Abi, or deceiving the people that allow you to deceive them? You cannot say you know this criminal system called Nigerian system. This criminal establishment from every fiber of the establishment in Nigeria. You cannot know them like I know them. And then you turn around in years to come and say, you know, we need to work, we need to contribute to the greatness of our country. Who are you deceiving? Who? So that's exactly what happened to the Wale Adedayo. I think when he got in, he realized that it is so easy. It's so easy to write about all the wrong things that these criminals are doing when you are outside it. The moment you are inside it, it becomes difficult. It becomes your Achilles heel that can actually fall you anytime. And they are always happy to disgrace us. Maiyegun. They don't appoint him as a personal advisor to governor of Ekiti State. So that Maiyegun don't become a PA to governor. Sure. Now me go come here, call they tell you, listen, my guys, listen. You know I'm very good at trying to make you understand things, Somehow you can give me that credit, Abi. So now me go come here, they explain to you. Listen, my guys, politics is such, I didn't have much understanding then. Now that I'm inside, I now know that, politics takes time. Development takes time. Fixing a problem and all that nonsense. So that finally, when they will just say, they don't sack that Maiyegun, Ekiti governor, Oshogbo governor, don't sack that Maiyegun. So Maiyegun will now come back here and start telling you that, my people, these politicians are so corrupt. You go still believe me? Una no go look at me and say, Maiyegun, I love you so much, Baba. After all you have done with your life, the best thing you can do is just to disappear. Let nobody see your face again. Like, that's the best you can do. I mean, for those of you who love me, if that happens. So I don't understand. When you claim to understand the rot, the criminal establishment of Nigeria, you speak about them every now and then. You write about them every now and then. Then they call you, say, you can't shop. Suddenly, you can't become somebody, say, those times, politics is don't deceive. Wale Adedayo joined them. He realized that it's convenient like this to see through all the lies. Don't ever try to join them. The moment you do, you will regret it. That one is guaranteed. So, Wale Adedayo is learning that now. A local government chairman who raised an alarm that should have ordinarily come with support from all of his colleagues who are suffering the same thing. Now, Shebi na one local government area be this. In Ogun State, if they collect billions of naira in May and June, Shoyeke Akute, Ajuwon Turibayi, ladies and gentlemen. That's where people live. And areas like that are very common everywhere. In fact, because of that video I just showed you now, I'm going to show you another video from inside Lagos, the mega slum of Africa. The mega slum that they always use as a textbook example of what they will do to Nigeria. Last man, I don't know, they stole somebody's car. Last man went into somebody's house, stole their car, and then the car broke down somewhere, and the area is where I want to show you. See this, now inside Lagos, Lagos.
See as God loved me. See my car where towing van. Government towing van can't steal this morning. They come. See, look, come. See as they now I knew worry I never hear for history of this life when I come out towing van can't steal car by 2:10. My God. Say make my people, now God say make my people wake up with a shout. See pole, see electric pole, na pillar of God. See,
not be electric pole stop your motor.
Na pillar of God.
Where this man they serve.
Oh my God.
Where this man
living God.
God can use anything. Not be this one. Now God.
You see what thing happen? You see as God love me. I beg you carry and follow me. Make you see. Don't eat cow. Can't see. Can't see. They even get juju there. See. They even put juju inside the car. See see. Government towing van. They come make you show you. See. See. See, yes. See, last man people. Oh yeah, follow. Follow, they come, oh. They come, make them see. Going back for that matter. See. Mind the neighbors, wait, God say make you love me. God can't wake them too. Then as they shout too much.
Nigeria God. See what God has done. They came into my house to see my... But did you see that environment? Did you see those drainages? Did you see them? Now, local government, they control those places too. But let's go back to Ogun State. A local government chairman raised an alarm that should have made others to say, oh, more, our people are complaining, true. We can't really do anything. We can't do anything, Mr. Governor, give us our money. They decided to go and dobale and say sorry and remove the guy. So tell me, is that also democracy? Nigeria democracy. Demonstration of grace. So if tomorrow now, the soldiers say, boss, they can't drag this thief, dubious Dapo. You can't see dubious Dapo. Where they don't beat him, he's already bloodied and all of that. They don't tie his hand, tie his leg. You can barely even recognize him except he is a white biabia. So you said because military no good though. Waiting military they do no good though. Do you know what they have done now? After removing Wale Adedayo, Dokpemu Stupid Service, DSS, have invited him now. He should come and explain what he meant by saying the governor diverted over 17 billion and also stole 52 billion. He should come and... So DSS is now EFCC. So the person that blows the whistle is now going to be the accused, the one that is now invited and declared wanted, to be interrogated, possibly will be arrested. That is DSS, so Nigeria DSS. Democracy, African democracy. People are already telling him, what is wrong with you? What's your problem? You just bring all this problem upon yourself. You think you are fighting for people, Abi? You that God has blessed you. You have already become a local government chairman. So why are you trying to destroy yourself? What is wrong with you? Look at all this problem now. Now they will begin to even go more and beg the governor. What the governor wants him to do that he didn't do 2 days ago. The governor wanted him to sign The governor wanted him to sign an apology letter. An apology letter that is going to say, no, I am sorry. What I said is not true. Please, Mr. Governor, forgive me. All our political leaders, please forgive me. APC, as our party, I apologize for the embarrassment I have caused all of you. There is no money missing. Everything is perfect. So, since he couldn't do that, when they called all these local government chairmen to Kemoson, and they couldn't force him to do that, so DSS will do that in the next 24 hours or 48 hours. But the Wale Adedayo way me I know, Agidigbo. Wale Adedayo way me I know, Baba. Well, maybe I don't know, I'm sure, because I wouldn't expect somebody like that to even become, to join their politics. And even if you want to join their politics, you will never believe it to be APC. But it be things, they say it be things, right? So, somebody who is probably hoping to cash on it, Ladi Adebutu, Omo Baba Jebu, that one is in court already. Yeah, he's in court. To challenge, he contested against dubious Dakpo. Ogun State, state of Awolowo, state of BC Onobanjo, state of Maiyegun General, state of Enyo Janko. Ogun State, like everywhere else, we have been saddled with accursed individuals. Unfortunately, people, the worst of the worst. But the moment they have money, our people need money. Politics need money. And if you have brain, you have everything and all of that, character and all that, you don't get money, you better go and look for a job under Ladi or dubious Dakpo. The criminals you better go and find a job under them. Unfortunately. But Ladi had this to say, Dakpo will regret all of this that he is doing. When the tribunal throws him out, Ladi actually defeated Dakpo the last time, like sincerely. The election, they have to do the abracadabra they did everywhere. People don't want Dakpo anymore in Ogun State. It's the worst thing. According to them, say Dakpo is now the worst thing that's ever happened to Ogun State. And I said, you will be say you just did part 1. Now part 2, on a day so. And they are hoping that Ladi Adebutu will come and rescue them. Ladi Adebutu. So Ladi said, Dakpo can only run. He cannot hide. That when the tribunal, the court, finally remove him, he is going to make Wale Adedayo a hero. So which means, somehow, if all of you, where they look for judiciary, a lot of you are waiting on judiciary. Una gets your own pound of flesh where una won't collect back from people who don't ride you in this your election, Abi. Just like some of you are looking at Wereh with one bad side eye. When he was saying that Peter Obi is a social media president. So what's he going to say if the tribunal says Peter Obi is the winner? A lot of you are waiting for that. Man, now Wereh me go won't get. Now that Wereh now that Keniko I won't see. Now that one me I want. Yabi, you have your own expectations, Abi. In Ogun State, probably Wale Adedayo among others, they have their future cut out for them if the tribunal should remove the shock under dubious Dakpo, which may never happen if you know dubious Dakpo very well. I've told you their story. And these are the people that you should never have actually given a chance to get closer to power. If you get them closer to power, you can't take it back from them without a huge sacrifice to go with it. Something you probably may not be prepared for. I'm just saying. Ladi.
I know security is paramount. I have gone everywhere and I've spoken about local government financial autonomy.
Yes.
Dakpo did everything to make sure PDP did not participate in the local government elections.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Because all his fingers, his hand, head was talking the local government money.
Oh, yeah.
That was what they were stealing. The local government money. The last PDP government was the last time we had local government autonomy, financial autonomy. Yes. That was the last time we had development at the local government level. Yes. And what I promised this state was that we are going to go back to that. Amen. But what did we do? We made sure PDP did not participate because all I just wanted was that we would win one local government out of 20. And once we won that one local government, we would make it a showcase. We made sure we did not participate because Belashiri Obajitu. Urban
and Ladi has been in the game for a while, so they know themselves. They are from the same Remo, from the same town ahead. They are probably related to Dubious Dakbo and Ladi. So Ladi and them, they are like that. So politics is, to them, is like local there. If money for money, we go spend them. Dubious Dakbo is one of the subsidy thieves in Nigeria. One of those who made their billions from Nigeria fuel subsidy. The one that Goodluck Ebere Jolanta wanted to remove at the time. He was one of those beneficiaries. Aiding Oil is one of those who are lifting probably free crude oil or free oil from Nigeria. All this stolen crude oil that you are hearing is probably one of them. He's a demigod. When the local government chairman went to go and they beg him, might even replay that for you. Here.
As a father of all in this case, Excellency, Excellency, sir, and so, on behalf of all of us, I'm tendering this apology, and in particular, on behalf of Wereh and Kano, Your Excellency, everyone knows that this job, I am doing it with every iota of sincerity of purpose. I continue to ensure that I'm guided by all the promises that I made in the course of my journey.
Yeah, they are both from Ikperu. Yeah, you're right. Ikperu boys, if you like to say that. That boy is emperor now. If you are a governor of a state in Nigeria, you are like an emperor. Seriously, you are. The state's money is your money. You can decide to go and borrow money in the name of the state and tell them you use the money for so and so, that's it. Somebody else will pay it. It's your turn, it's your time. Your people, everybody want to have their own share. Everybody's looking up to you. So you can't afford not to satisfy them. I'm talking about those who are your hangers on, not the people generally that you are there to serve. So, is democracy here? Is that democracy? Now, the headline is that Wale Adedayo has been impeached. The another headline is that Wale Adedayo has been invited by DSS. So the next headline you are going to hear is that Wale Adedayo has been arrested by DSS. So maybe if they shake him, the next headline is going to be Wale Adedayo apologized to Ogun State Governor that all his accusation allegations, they were false. And then after that, you will never hear anything about it anymore. Because the Agbagbas, the elders, they have moved together from Ijebu. They have gone to go and beg Dapo. Dapo, please, Joturi Olong, Oro Wale Ilabawa. This Wale Adedayo, my son. Jo, please, forgive him. Forgive him. If he's your brother, he's even your brother. He's your brother. Forgive him, Joturi Olong, please. He will never do that again. He will never say anything like that against you again. Please, Governor, Joe. Respect all this our elder. That is Bale Onikoko, Bale Amukoko, Bale Amugi, Bale Agungi, that one Oba Onikoso. We all came here to come and beg you. Sorry, sorry for what he did to you. And the billions of naira of people's money gone. That's our culture. That's our tradition of respecting elders, of respecting criminals who are holding position of authorities. Unfortunately, if it to my end, the senior, I just thought I should tell you, but there is already another ruckus, another ruckus that is already brewing in the state assembly, and I'm happy. I'm even going to try and speak to him. You know, the guy that is representing my local government, Odogbolu local government, or Odogbolu state constituency, in the Ogun State House of Assembly, Lukman Adeleye, he has already initiated a sort of a state assembly probe. I don't know how that will play out, but I know Lukman very well. So Lukman is now pushing from the other side, which has now forced the state assembly, Ogun State House of Assembly, to now invite the accountant general of Ogun State, as well as some other government officials who should come and answer questions about this particular money that DSS is about to arrest Wale Adedayo for. This same fraud that Dapo is trying to cover, which the councillors in Ijebu East local government have impeached their chairman for. The state assembly wants answers too. And like everybody don't mad. Before I round it up, just so you know, there is something called the Mad People's Day, in case if you have never heard it. Right. I have never heard it too until 2 days ago, when they are doing this year's celebration of a Mad People's Day. You have Father's Day, you have Mother's Day, Abi? You have a Isheshe Day, you have a Ramadan Day, you have a Christmas Day, you have all these your days, you have bank holiday, you have a school holiday, and all this day. No, not school holiday, not bank holiday. Okay, bank holiday. Anyway, national holidays. 2 days ago, I heard that mad people get their own day. I was so confused that I couldn't even ask what day of the month is that. But since it happened 2 days ago in Kano, to celebrate the mad people in the world, then we can just simply say the official World Mad People's Day should be 29th of August. Or maybe myself don't the mad. Because I'm trying to understand it too. 29th of August, because in Kano, it is actually a day. Sorry if you haven't seen it before, okay? Here.
sarkin mahaukata ne yau ranar mahaukata ta duniya. Kalluwan can sun kwanta suna shan ruwan kwata ranar mahaukata ta duniya. To ga wani ban kasur gumin babban mahaukacin nan ya kila shugaban mahaukatan duk duniya. Ayya, yau ranar mahaukata ta duniya, hauka ga mai kare ka. Ina Musa mai sana'a ga iyayenka a hauka.
Do you see what our life has become? You know, normally, those are the people that, those are not mad people. They are just showing solidarity with mad people. Okay? Mentally deranged people, right? So they are just kind of solidarizing with them. So mad people don't know they are mad. So mad people can choose a day and remember the day every year and say, this is going to be our day. We say we're happy that we are mad. Thank God that we are mad. Thank God, say this is the 27th years that I have been mad. Because you see, in Africa, if once they begin to see you dressed like those people dressed, now that way you dressed will determine how long you have been mad. You see their unshaven head, ragtag dress, dirty, and then coupled with all the all the trash that they pick on the way, that they put on and all that. So when you see a Wereh coming, and it can still, you can tell how long this person don't mad though. You say, I'm on this one na fresh. Oh. This one na fresh Wereh. Oh. This guy, this madman, this madness, if it past 3 months, if this one are like 3 months old, say, what about that one? That one be like 2 years madness. This one look like it don't mad for like 2 years. Say, what about that one? Where they dose? Now that one I see when they come inside. I saw that one first when I was coming in. That one go down mad like about 30 years. Because the only way to earn the certificate of being mad is to be homeless and be roaming the streets, dirty, looking and all of that. So by so doing, they can tell how long you have been mad. Even if you go to all the deliverance houses, churches and all these places, they are doing deliverance, curing people of madness. Sometimes they will tell you, Esa, the kind when they don't share okoyin, or when they don't share omoyin, when they go strong, they are like all those kind of imported one. It's going to take us hard work to deliver your son from that madness. Catholic deliver, it could take a lot of work. But why? It's not the same prayer, miracle. No, it's not the same. The kind of Wereh, you see now, he has been mad for about 20 years. That's a long time. So many things involved. But if to say she's only mad for about 3 years now, that one go 500,000 will kill that one. 500,000, 3 years madness will kill you. About 20 years, you self think now, something that has been bad for 20 years and something that is bad 3 years, how much you go collect, if not you, how much you go collect for this kind of 20 years madness? The bottom line is that, even the children have grown to see mentally, mentally challenged people who have become mad people on their streets, and a lot of them grew up seeing all this kind of, public sad view, you say. So in their own mind, to solidarize with them, let's choose a day for them, a day to celebrate of being mad, or a day to remember that at least, now other people are dead. Now mad, you mad. Kill person. You know that kind of thing. They say, Maiyegun, let the mad people breathe. I don't even understand your message. They are trying to show solidarity to mad people. So what's your point? My point is that our situation has gotten so bad, that, people who actually need the real help, that children should never grow up around them. Children are seeing them now, imitating them, and they found a day for them, and it's mad people's day. You know what I mean? They say, Maiyegun, let the mad people be in peace, Jari. Now mad, they no kill person. Say, you this mad man. If I catch you, I will shoot you. You don't come here again. No. Every time you come here, you come and litter this whole place. I say, Alaye, calm down now. Now mad. Now I don't kill people now. You get what I mean? But in a working system, I have never seen a madman like they displayed in that video since I left Nigeria. 11 or 12 years ago, rather, 12 years ago. I have never seen one. The culture shock for our children that I left Nigeria 12 years ago. Nigeria started democracy 24 years ago. I grew up seeing mad people on the streets, of course. And I know it's not just in Nigeria, it's almost everywhere. They say the devil run them mad. Now this one, and spirit, all those things, But there are mad people here in the UK. When you go to psychiatric wards, you will see medical doctors. You will see lawyers. You will see people who are doing so well in life, who have a mental crisis, and they are receiving medical treatment. And I'm not trying to mock you. When you live around this place where I live, to be a madman self go be like say you go one kind of, if to say person they get choice. Again, I'm not trying to mock you, I'm just saying, okay? To mad self go they hungry you. When you go to these psychiatric wards, places where they are like taking care of people in their recovery, and then they finish all their treatments and they go back to their normal lives. Like, okay, sure you get. Just same way you had medical crisis and you go to the hospital, they operate you, or they did this, or they give you that, until you are fine. Sure you get. So you have an environment where people are treated with dignity, care, love, and they are not blamed or anybody blamed for whatever is wrong with them. They are not dehumanized. They don't roam the streets looking dirty. So next time you take your children to Nigeria and they see people dressed that way, and oh my God, Daddy, what happened to her? Mom, what was that? What happened to him? You have a lot of explanation to make, oh. Maybe you should look for more videos of what do they call them? The Mad People's Day. And then begin to learn and explain them to your children. Okay? Maybe that's not even a good way to wrap up a program, but I'm going to leave it at that. Go make myself another cup of tea, and I'll come back and take calls. Maybe a few calls, and then we can go to bed tonight. Especially those of you who want to react to that with the Wike's jibe or shots, the fire. Shots fired. So you can still help me like this broadcast, like it, share it, subscribe to my channel, and then pick up your phone if you want to say something. The number is on your screen, and it's mostly better you call through the WhatsApp. Some people still call directly anyway. I will be back. Don't go anywhere. Hello there.
Maiyegun, God bless you, sir. God bless you. Maiyegun, I have been listening keenly on your submission today, and it's been so very excellent and wonderful. One point I want to make, I've actually pasted that on the chat box, right? I say all these measures that Cameroon and the likes are taking now is futile. The only thing I know that we actually end up doing is that the next coup will be very bloody. That's what that means. That means, in effect, the bloodless coup we are seeing now, where palace guard will take over the whole thing, will not be the issue. The issue is going to come from outside, and it's going to be bloody. And it will claim their life, because these ones are lucky that these ones didn't claim their life. That's just what I'm trying to say. And for that, boy, oh my God. The guy, anyway, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, because if you look at what is happening in Nigeria today, look at from the presidency to the Senate president to the governor of Abuja, then you will know that they are best of the same feather. You can't take anything away from them. So the head is already rotten. The tail is gone. So that's just what I want to say tonight. Maiyegun, thank you very much. I really what you are doing. God bless.
And you too, Baba. Thanks a lot for stopping by. The wind is blowing. Some will survive it. Some won't. We have seen it in July. We have seen it in August. September is upon us. I mean, we can anticipate, can't we? We just don't know where. Do you? Hello.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Baba, how are you,
sir? I am okay. How are you doing?
Very well. Thanks for asking, and good to have you back again.
Yes, sir. So, I tried also yesterday. It was a survival of the fittest. So
it was very busy. Very busy.
Yeah. Couldn't get through. As usual, kudos to you, sir, and more grace to your elbow.
Thank you.
God will continue to protect you and your family from all these coups.
Amen.
So, when they did, when the coup, Mali coup happened that time, I told you, I called you. I think when you brought the program up, I told you, I said, I spoke in on the forum where I used to, contribute also, that this is just the beginning.
You said it.
Now, the Gabon happened, Gabon, I don't know how they call it.
Gabon, anyone. Because I think in French it's Gabon, in English it's Gabon.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, so, So, sir, now, that one came up. We woke up to saw that one yesterday. Now, I want to say something to, you've said it all anyways, because one of the things I want to talk about yesterday, you make mention of them today, and it's about Nigerians commenting that they don't want military regime.
I know.
They don't want coup in Nigeria.
Yeah, they don't.
Now, there is something you said.
We don't want it to, and some other people are asking, what is the worst that the military can do? What is the worst that these ones have not done? Nobody has answered.
Sir, you see, you said something in your line today. You said over the past 24 years, if we all sit down and we look into the system, the democratic system of Nigeria, the atrocities and the government of impunity that they've carried out is simply more severe and deadly than what the military did during their own time. What Babangida did, what Abacha did, what these Agbada people have done, democracy, whatever they've seen for the past 24 years is even more evil. These people are wicked. Maiyegun, look at it now. You live in UK. I live here in US. Look at the way of life. Look at democracy. And like something you said yesterday, it is true. I said this before the other day that this democracy or whatever demonstration of craziness that these Western people they are trying to impose on Africa, and African leaders also adopting it. The one they impose on us is different from the one that they operate in their own nation.
They are operating.
Yes. Now, you are trying to tell, Mali is trying to tell the French ambassador to leave their country.
That one, Niger said the ambassador should leave. Ambassador said, I'm not leaving. Until
Niger
announced today that they have removed his immunity. He's still saying he's not leaving. Babashi Africans will tell the Yorubas that they are not leaving their country when they say they should leave. Can we?
Sir, it is not their fault. Can we blame them? See, if there's no crack in the wall, no lizard will enter now. If you don't have these fools and God-forsaken mannequin leaders, àwọn atókùnmá tó kú, agbọ̀nọ̀rúnmá tó dọ̀nọ̀rún, àwọn àgbà tọ́mọlẹ́kùn jayé, àwọn àgbà játi játi yamayama, àgbọ̀ lórí burúkú wọn pé èyí tí wọ́n ń dàgbọ́lẹ̀ Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn máa ń sìn, àwọn àgbà játi játi òṣìwò ni wọ́n. Imagine that one. Frustrating for that fool. See, what's that better new? Coup will happen in Nigeria. Two things will happen. They see that coup will happen or revolution will happen because these people they won't desist from their evil act.
No.
They will not. They will not. So for Nigeria, let me say this to you. You are thinking coup will not come. Well,
it's not in your
I will
control.
cross my leg and be watching. It is not in your control, number one. But if you want to continue in this sufferness, well, so be it. Because I grew up to understand Babangida as my leader. But the greatest of atrocity committed at time, I don't think is this worse than what Buhari regime did. Oh yeah, I don't think it's this worse. Now, we can't talk about there. I mean, during that time, there's no freedom of speech. Which freedom of speech do we have now?
Do we?
Do we even have any right now, sir? Do we have anyone right now? If you now, you say, if even just during your program today, you digressed a little bit to Rwanda.
Yes, so
that you better not travel down to that place.
There's something I read, right? I mean, there are people who said that, Maiyegun, Kagame is like all this, what do you call them? This Saudi and all these places. He want the best for their people. And that is why he has to use a strong hand. And I'm like, why do you think they are paying for PR? If people like you don't believe all the lies they are telling you. So I'm not here to convince you. I wish you can visit Uganda too and come back with the same news if you're not going to lie to yourself. But yeah, go on, Baba.
So sir, that just the thing to Nigerians. Don't. I didn't even need to convince you or try to beg you for whatever. But I don't live in Nigeria. I'm not living in Nigeria right now. But I can tell you that some of you have been born over 4 decades, over 50 decades. You didn't even know you never even taste anything goodness about Nigeria. You didn't even know that there's another word somewhere. There is a way to govern somewhere that is, absurdity to what, that what they are doing in Nigeria is absurdity to what they are doing in other parts of the world. So, I'm not going to say to them, for tribunal or whatever, Wike, I am not surprised. And to have to get a lot of okay, because now, because we are supposed to be in prison by now or jail. And like a man said something yesterday, you see how these school people also, when they took over that government, they should kill them. Just not firing.
There's no point in arresting them.
They should shoot them. Sir, Mr. Maiyegun, what you back again? These people are wicked. I give another person chance. So I appreciate what you are doing, I appreciate what you are doing. God will be with you and your family.
Amen, Baba. Thank you. Stay safe, okay?
Yes, sir.
Ma, take this one. Yeah. Hello there. Chike, by the way, thank you. Hello.
Hello, good evening. This is Emeka from London.
Emeka Mekus. How you doing, Baba?
Yeah. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for your wonderful work you've been doing. Obviously, I do appreciate it. I don't know how you manage to find the energy to do this, but it's incredible. It's incredible what you're doing. However, I just called to contribute to what you're saying today. Nigeria will not experience a coup for one reason, being that the military are in bed with these politicians. What they will experience is a revolution. And the funny thing is that people keep thinking Nnamdi Kanu was the most, the height of the revolution. They don't know that people like you are the real revolution because you're soft-spoken with facts and real life example of what is happening to them. It sinks in faster than people going, oh, Nnamdi Kanu, he's just shouting, he's getting upset. No. People like you, they're just subtly talking to them. We begin to poke their reality and go, wait, this guy is not shouting. He's just talking normal, but what he's talking is really affecting me. And when I walk out on the road, I see that.
I see exactly.
The video is in Nigeria. Yeah, I can confirm this video comes from in short, it's in my street. It happened. People begin to relate to it. And that is the revolution of the mind that you're building. It takes longer, but it lasts for eternity. It becomes an idea that you can never take away. However, on the issue of coups, the coup in Gabon and the coup that is going to happen in countries like Cameroon and any other country in Africa is no longer going to be people's coup. This is the West reacting to what happened in Niger. Niger was the closest for you to supply costs to fly those material from Niger all the way to Europe was cheaper. Now, they've been cut off from Niger. The next place they know they could find that same replacement was Gabon. They needed to remove that guy before the people remove him.
So you believe that too? Like something like that is so shady.
Yes.
The coup is so shady, right?
The coup is shady because if you look at the response of all the major powers, it's different from the response they had for Niger.
For Niger,
just copy language for language. Look at Mali, what's it called? All the other countries that had coup already. Look at the way the West reacted to it and how they reacted to this one. They're going to do the same thing to Paul Biya. They're going to remove him. Any person that has, even the guy in Ivory Coast, they're going to remove him. Because now they realize it's like Arab Spring. When Egypt did their Arab Spring, they elected the Muslim Brotherhood.
Yes.
As soon as the West realized that the what's it called? The Strait of Hormuz, they call it, where they pass all the oil from Arab into Europe, was going to be controlled by the Muslim Brotherhood. They did a counter coup straight away, because when they told them to come and take a loan, they said, no, we don't need your loan. They went to Saudi Arabia and took a loan. That was a first sign that, okay, we're going to lose control. These guys are going to make policy that suit the people. Straight away, they made a new coup, brought in this new government. Silently, they're going to remove their, MSCC, and that is it. What they realize now is Africans, the young generation, are beginning to wake up. If we are not careful, if we don't take wind of this change, they will make up all the changes and we will not have opportunity to reverse it. So France is taking countermeasures quickly. They're going to go to, just watch, in the next 1 year, straight, the guy in Cameroon is gone. All his family are gone. And it's going to be follow the same pattern. No killing.
So that these guys, where they have all these strong interests, yeah?
Yes. They will remove everybody else because they know that we are going to do it. If they don't do it, and if we do it, it's gonna backfire for them bad. And that's just my contribution for the night. That's what I feel.
Thank you so much, Emeka. I mean, you'll be the second person who kind of took us. Who is taking us to that perspective of the whole thing. And I mean, all of you can be wrong. Something must be there that you are all pointing out that eventually, right, is worth looking into. I'm interested, Emeka. Thank you.
The fact is that the way they reacted, when you look at the reaction, can't you see that France doesn't want to? You just said it. The ambassador doesn't want
to make any threat or anything about Gabon right now. They're not telling them that we give you so days or anything. No. And the guy happened to be his cousin as well, by the way.
Thank you. Which means it's still within the same family. And if you notice, he never said France should leave. He didn't say
he's not ordering them to leave or anything at all. He's not pledging allegiance to Russia to say, oh, we don't want West. They're not making statements to say we don't want the West, we don't want anybody. They just removed him. That's it. That's all.
Did you hear the difference in this one? He says they
even want to do inauguration on Monday.
Decide.
Do you know that?
Huh?
They want to do inauguration for the military president on Monday. They will swear him in on Monday.
Yes. It's just a replacement of it's within the same family. But they're just taking advantage of what we're doing already.
Right. Emeka, let me take another call. Thank you so much for sharing that as well. Right? Stay safe, Baba. So that's Emeka calling from England. I have another caller from here too. Here. Hello.
Hello. Yes, I got through.
You did. Hello, ma. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I hope you can't hear any background noise, can you?
No, not now. It's a bit quiet. You may just kind of get the phone closer to your mouth or increase the volume. But apart from that, it seems perfect, ma. How are you?
Oh, lovely. Okay, I'm fine, thank you. This is my first time. I've been watching you. I'm going to be quick because I know people had limited time to talk, innit?
I know.
So I will try and be quick. I've been watching you now. I've been watching you now for the past 7 years. But this is my first time of calling.
Thank you.
But,
do you mind if I ask for your name? Is that all right?
No, I don't want to disclose my name for now.
Oh, you don't want to know? Okay, I'll keep it to that. I'll keep it at that. By the way, go on, ma'am.
Okay, so the thing is, the show you did yesterday, I wanted to call in yesterday, but I was at work. I was actually watching it. I was laughing. I was literally peeing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. Go on.
I was watching that show and I was literally peeing myself. I was at work. All the words you were saying, like Okakatika or so and all that, I was laughing. It was so funny. But the thing is You see, the thing is the situation of Nigeria is so pathetic and sad.
I know.
And I'm one of the people. I know you talk about Yoruba nation and all that, but it comes up once in a while. But you know, ever since that Sunday Igboho saga came out and everything was a bit messed up, I didn't really, and I think it was really messy because everybody was just all over the place.
I know.
And then you couldn't get any updates. I know they might be doing a lot right now about it that is not being disclosed.
I know.
Okay.
There's so much.
I know
There's
they're
so
doing
much.
a lot.
There's so much going on behind the scene, and there's
exactly.
also what we call the clash of interests too. And I don't like messy things that much, you know, and that's why I kind of just stay away.
Do you know I'm part of the people? I actually contributed towards whatever Koiki was doing then about that radio thing. And then when that thing happened to Sunday Igboho, I was so devastated that I was sad. And when people are coming for him, it's so terrible. I hated everything. Do you understand? And I'm just hoping, even I don't know, you know, I don't know deep, whatever they bring online that we listen to and all that. But when that exactly, so then when I started watching you and it comes up with it once in a while, which is like I want to believe that it's more of the update of whatever is going on.
Yeah, mostly. And now this is kind of for anyway, you know, going to affect us. Yeah.
But I understand the fact that regardless of, I know you were in support of Yoruba nation as well, like us going. I still tell my friend, you know, I've not gone to Nigeria for a very long time.
Right.
And the last time I think for 11 years. Wow. So, you know, I used to feel bad for them. Do you understand? Like, or maybe they're in a state whereby they can't help themselves and all that. But when I went to Nigeria, I have friends that at least they be like privileged. Do you understand? Like more average than all that poor. You get, So, Maiyegun, they always throw something at me because I'm always I argue with them as well. And they come up, I'm sure you've been experiencing such as well. I mean, they come up with like, you guys in diaspora, you are the ones stirring war. Oh, if it's that easy, why can't you leave where you are and come to Nigeria? I'll be like, come on now. You know what I mean? Like, what are you guys saying?
It's called gaslighting, ma. They gaslight us. They've been doing it for a while. Unfortunately, yeah, they blame us. They said we are the ones who are trying to make people react and then maybe fight their leaders and maybe this or that. I'm like, they are still killing people there, despite the fact that you're not fighting war.
I tell them, I said, you keep saying, we in diaspora, we're trying to stir war and all that. Money, but you guys are not getting it that. Like you always say that people are still dying regardless. You know? It's Nigeria, so trailer, The last time I went to Nigeria, do you know how many trailers I saw on Ibadan Expressway? Oh dear. That literally carrying. Do you understand what I mean? Like, if people were sick, one day my mom called me. I had a cousin that died. Like, you know, the way things are not being done properly. And my mom was telling me she doesn't go to loot and all that place. And she said, she called me and said, whoa, hey, you're coming. So bad sick in Nigeria, but that's how bad.
Do you even know that it's even worse than that, ma, right? That even when you have the money, when you even have the money, you are not guaranteed that you get the healthcare.
I swear that. Even my mom, at some point, I said, okay, we are here now. We have the privilege because when we were growing up, there was no social media. I know if you understand. At least this social and I always say that this social media, I think, is kind of a help. All these things these people are doing now that they're not getting away with it. They're so scared. And I feel that this is the opportunity for the fact that we are abroad does not mean that we want everybody back home to die. Of course. But like me, I'm here now. We might not that rich or comfortable and have those loose cash that you people have. But for God's sake, I've got my peace of mind. You get what I mean? Like, you're happy, but even
one thing is this: you have your life organized. If you are the type that is working, you know when you go to work and you know when you are on break. Okay, if you have any issue that is medical, you don't have to break your bank to get any medical care. Okay, so you are no longer worried about things that keep people up, that keeps them up awake every night anymore. You are not desperate about anything anymore. But every time Nigeria pops up across your radar, family, friends, and the rest, then your BP is there again. Okay, what are they going to say again? What's going on again?
It's so bad. Even to my mom. Do you know when they arrested Sunday Igboho and people were... I felt for that guy so badly, like so bad. But Senator Monsheton and when you are trying to fight for freedom, obviously some people will come against you, and you understand. But at some point, I feel I don't want to use the word being gullible or trusting people. Do you understand what I mean? So I really feel for him, and I'm still hoping, because I'm still telling them, even before this Sunday Igboho thing started coming out, I knew this country, this Nigeria thing,
it's not gonna
is a clown. I think we are having is exactly. I knew that, and when I knew that, there's this. I don't know. There's this. I always tell people, even the devil. I caught Koiki at some point when that thing was really hot then, because I was sick. I was seriously sick during that COVID. And if I was in Nigeria, I would have died. Do you understand what I mean? I caught into that.
I had an uncle. I'm sorry. I have an uncle who had a friend that actually died because of insulin. Those insulin that people, what's it called again? When you have the diabetics and you need to kind of inject yourself and all that. Then something happened. They had a crisis in Nigeria. Okay, they couldn't find that insulin. Somehow he misplaced his own supply that he took to Nigeria. So they were waiting for somebody to send from Spain to Nigeria so that he can continue using that before he will go back. Now that one is not forthcoming. We are expecting it in 2 days, right? And then a day before that, he had that crisis, sister. That was when I knew that the rich also cried. This that's
why I keep telling them. I keep telling them
that has lived all his life in Spain. I'm talking about people who lived in Spain. No, they were not speaking English. And he still made it in Spain. He made it. When I say made it, right? He was somebody who was okay. We had diabetics. That was when I know that the rich also cry. Money, you have the money. In Nigeria, it may not save you, even with your money.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that are quite comfortable. That right now they were really tired. They just don't know. They're doing business. They were fine, but they still get frustrated with the system and all that. They still get frustrated.
How do you live in such place? See,
exactly. So
sister,
thank you so much. I now felt. Let me quickly say, I now felt for them. Before, I used to feel bad for them, and I hate that statement because people always say that. And I don't like. It's one of these I don't like. They're like, I want your loan share. I want your loan share. That people are the one
doing themselves.
How am I going to doing themselves? That job only share everything. Money are these people stupid? Maiyegun. You and I know that. Even the white people are the worst. You were both here. I will not bad you. Because a white person will know that I commit crime. But actually commit a crime. Between me and you know that. But in Nigeria, people can commit crime. I tell them that we're still good in Nigeria. People can commit crime in Nigeria and they will know they'll go scot-free. And that's why they can commit that crime so easily. But a white man... So I said the only thing that is coming us here is, for every what's it called? What I don't know the right source to use. Like let me use
or every crime committed or
let me that's the word crime. Let me give you an instance of speed limit in here over here now.
Yeah.
There's no ideal place.
You
understand what I mean? They don't know me here. But Nigeria, you can call. So when they come and say, people is their fault. Everything. I will not misbehave now because I know when they told me to do exactly. So, I don't know. Maiyegun, God help you. But please,
thank you so much. I know you have so much to say. I can tell.
I swear down. I do. But the thing is, Maiyegun, please, I need an update. Like every time, about this Yoruba thing. Because I still feel that's the only way out. And I keep telling my friends, even once in a while, regardless of whatever conspiracy and whatever is going on, if you can just chip in every time to let us know that things are still going on, they're not giving up. Do you understand what I mean? Once in a while,
let me say
please.
This quickly as well, because you mentioned it, and for the sake of our listeners, because like you said, you've always wanted to call in, but you've never had that chance, and we had that chance this evening. Okay, you see, what happened is that the people who all of us thought we should give all the backings and support to, okay, to ensure that they have enough clout, enough number, okay, to actually push this Yoruba nation and all that, including Oloye Sunday Igboho. A lot of things happen behind the scene, okay, that I have told people, I said, if I see all of them, I am not going to be helping that struggle, okay? So that's behind the scene, trying to fix that thing, right? The same people who doubled down at the time when we were even trying to tell them that don't go this route, don't go this route. You're gonna discourage, you're gonna disorientate a lot of people. You're gonna confuse them. I did my best, especially last year, December, when I said I would stop talking about it, right? It's because behind the scene is so much messy. Now, these same characters are, in a way, they still not feeling like they can come back on that same track. And like you said, how you felt towards Oloye Sunday Igboho, I felt badder than that. At a point, it's almost like I was more concerned than him. And you know that one they will say, I can't tear gone. I know.
Yeah.
In that level.
Yeah.
So at that point, you just have to be like, you know what? Fine. Okay. Well, like you said, the cause for the Yoruba nation, advocacy for the Yoruba sovereignty, I talk about them every day. It's just that I don't put them that way. And I get it. You know why I said I've talked about it every day? Everything that is going on in Nigeria every day, and why I turn my camera on every day, is to continue to remind all of us that even if you still have any tiny hope about Nigeria, these guys will continue to remind you that you should not put your hope in Nigeria. And if you don't believe me, one day, you are going to come back and believe that until we all go our separate ways. And why? Look at what they are doing. This is why we need to go our separate ways. In case if people don't even understand why I do my program, right? It's 100% about, right, either the breakup of Nigeria or a new system entirely that people actually agree to, confederation or any name they want to call it, apart from what you have now. And every day I want to prove to everybody watching me that what I said is going to be the way out. If it's going to take me my entire lifetime to preach it, either for this generation or the one coming. Until all of us go our separate ways. And when they ask me why, I show them what is going on in Nigeria to say, see, can we continue like this? So yeah, I may not be putting it as a Yoruba nation, this, Yoruba nation, that, or Biafra, this, Biafra, that all the time. But my message every day is to prove to everybody why Nigeria will never work. That's what I do. And I'm proud of it. So, but I'm going to look into what you said and kind of represent it in a way that somebody like yourself can have something you can easily connect to.
Maiyegun, I always tell people again, let me quickly say this. I tell people, you know, I didn't know the damage the British, I'm going to say it, even if I'm in England, they did us a lot of bad.
They did.
Do you understand? Until I watched this, do you know there's this documentary on Netflix? It's called Journey of African Colony. When they upload that thing, did you watch that, Maiyegun? The first time, do you know, I watched it the very first week that they uploaded that very what's it called? That documentary.
Did you see and that the condescending, I mean, what do you call it? Condescending way they actually, you know.
Maiyegun, and then in Maiyegun, I was sad for like a week. I kept praying to myself, like, calm down, because I was really bitter, and I kept saying, calm down, because I'm already here anyway. But before, I used to have this notion that they gave us a good legacy, because we weren't taught much history anyway. So I was thinking they gave us this good legacy, that is our leader that was greedy, that messed up everything. But they never gave us good legacy. They so messed us up.
Unfortunately.
And whenever you tell people that, okay, sometimes I still refer people there, go and watch this thing, because it's as if a lot of people don't know what's going on. And with this thing that is happening now, maybe we're hoping that maybe along God will help us. And I keep saying, when they say Yoruba go your way, when Yoruba go your way, Igbo go your way, does not mean that any Yoruba person in Hausa land will live anywhere. Will live there. You can live anywhere. You still have exactly. So how do you tell them?
You want to stay then. So if you want to live in Hausa,
come on now. Do you understand?
Of course you can.
All the Hausa, the Igbo that's still in Yoruba land, they're not going to take all your properties away from you because it's Yoruba land. All you need to do is abide by the law of Yoruba land. You live peacefully. So what are they saying? But all idiots, you know, I don't like to watch them. When I see all these so-called learned people leaders, I don't watch Nigerian news, I swear, because I get upset. They come on the TV, start blowing this stupid grammar like they're so intelligent, but they've done us so badly, like messed us up so badly. I don't watch them.
Let me take another one. Like I said, you have so much you want to say.
I'll call again, Maiyegun. I'll call again. Okay, fine.
I know, but you know something, right? The way you tried tonight and you got through, next time, keep trying like that, okay? Like if you are so determined, you get through. I want to talk to you again.
Definitely. All right.
Stay
Bye-bye.
safe now.
Bye.
Okay, take it easy.
Yeah, bye.
Nice one.
Yeah, bye.
So that conversation is deeper. It's not good to cut it short. I know a lot of you are feeling like a let her go, but would you say that conversation is not fruitful? Something like you related with, that's it as well. Sorry if that took longer. Ladies kind of have that privilege on this platform because they hardly get through and we hardly hear from them. And if I could have any of them calling in every evening, I can speak to just 3 of them in an evening. And tell all you men to calm down. Hello there.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Maiyegun.
Sir, how are you?
Good evening. This is Ken calling from Cali.
Hey, Ken from Cali.
Yeah.
I got you tonight too.
Yes.
How you doing, Baba?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Been trying to call for like 4 or 5 days.
I can tell.
I'm not been able to get through.
I believe you, but now you are here.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yes. Well, in terms of what is going on in Africa right now, it's not a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing, right? Because the political leadership in the whole of Africa failed us. When I first moved to the US about 20 years ago, I sat down and analyzed everything and figured out that the only true problem we have in Africa is management and leadership.
That's right.
If you can fix those 2 things, you fix African problem. But the problem we have is we have terrible leaders. And when I have conversations with people about Africa, I tell them all the time that the nicest humans you meet are in Africans. If you go to Africa, they accept everybody. They don't care where you're from. They accept you and they take you. Especially if you are a foreigner, they look out for you to make sure you're okay.
We do.
In neighborhood, Adubo, they will look out, make sure you're okay. You're solid.
Because even in Africa, we say it takes a community to raise a child.
Exactly.
It's like everything to us in Africa is community, and we treat foreigners well. You are right, Ken.
Yeah. So it's the problem we have. I tell them all the time, the nicest humans we have are Africans, but the worst leaders in the world are African leaders. That is the problem. Then how do you go from coming up from a very good home, with good home training, and you get in power and turn into a monster? I don't know. That part I've not figured out yet. You get my point?
I do.
So that is what the problem is. And I was having a conversation with my brother last week about Nigerian problem. And he just retired from the U.S. Army. And he got to the highest rank you can get as an enlisted. So he was high there in ranking.
Right.
And when we were talking about this coup stuff last week, when Tinubu wanted to invade Niger. So he explained some things to me that it would be hard for a coup to happen in Nigeria. And he said, and this is because they study these things and they have the scenarios, war games, and in advance. So he was telling me the problem with Nigeria with the coup plot is they have different parts of Nigeria. So the power, when it comes to military, is not centralized anymore. Not like back in the days of Olusegun Obasanjo, when they would just go to Dodon Barrack, just do everything there, and go to the radio station next door and announce whatever they want to announce. It's easy. But now, he said, you have to deal with War College, Jaji. NBA is another place. Then you have to deal with Lagos Command. And the one they have in Abuja too is different. So you have to deal with all these things. And everybody has to be in agreement for it to work.
And simultaneously as well, same time, nobody must delay a minute when they want to carry such out.
Exactly. So how do you get all these places to agree to do one thing? That's where the problem lies. And if you go back and study all these new coups that happened, they all happened with the presidential guard.
Yes.
And when Tinubu came in, Buhari taught him that already because that's what Buhari did when he came in. So when Tinubu came in, he fired everybody in that presidential guard and hired his own people. Put his own people there. So it'll be hard because now the only thing he'll go back and do is give them money. Every one of them will sit down there and relax. They won't do what they're supposed to do. So the only window now, if there's going to be any coup in Nigeria, the only window they have is this UN summit is going to. When he leaves for the UN summit, presidential guard will not be doing anything. So the VP will be the one that they can go and overthrow that guy and just make him not come back to Nigeria.
To Shagari.
Exactly.
When they told him not, just the way they did to go on. When they told him not to come back from Addis Ababa, remember?
Yeah.
From African
and that's
Union,
what they did
meeting.
Yes. Exactly. So that's the only way Nigerian military can take over the moment they want to deal with Tinubu in terms of doing that.
Technically, it is like a suicide mission to try to plan a military coup in Nigeria. The resources that is involved, it will take so much discreteness, right? Or so much discreet to keep that information away because you need, technically it's almost impossible, you mean?
Yeah, it's possible, but it cannot be the bloodless coup like the one, the palace coup. Blood must flow for that to happen. And the senior officers will not do it, so it has to come from the guys from major downward. The junior officers will be the one doing it, just like other countries. Then they will just appoint a general that will take over. That's the only way they can do it.
So much that makes it okay. You know one thing, Ken, right? I am going to take another call so that we can all have can have all these perspectives, all of them all together.
Of course,
like we do all the time. Thank you.
Well, my brother, nice talking to you.
It's a pleasure. Thanks so much for calling in. Okay,
yeah,
have a good one.
Thank you.
Yes, so that's Ken from Cali. In case if you want to double confirm, right? So here we go. I have another caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you. Good evening, Mr. Mike.
Good evening, sir. You may need to come closer to that phone a bit, so that we can hear you louder. Please.
Oh, I'm very close to my phone. Can you hear me clear now?
And then the voice is clearer too. Please.
Okay. So this is Dongada on the line. Getting through these days is you have to do some sacrifice. Like you know. So I've been listening all this while, and I've been trying to get through for some days now, but it has been so difficult getting through.
Thanks for never giving up anyway, because we are here now.
We are fans. We are the family, so we can't give up.
So you can't give up. So go for it, Baba.
When we talk about the happenings in Africa, we also call in for the solutions. So I will tell Africans not to celebrate too much because of the coups and all the happenings in Africa now. Yeah, this is not a revolution in any way, and this is not going to help Africa in any way. These people are building another generation that will take over Africa for like 20, 30 years again. I want to tell you something. Go and Google the names of the military people that has plotted coups in Africa. They were all trained by France and US. Go and Google their names. Now, in the issue of the coup in Niger and Burkina Faso, I supported them. The only reason I'm supporting them is that they are the only people that did the coup in the interest of their people. When you know the people that have the interests of their people at heart, how do you know them? Their policies. Why France refused to leave till today is that, they believe that every Africa have pride. That is what they believe, and which is true. In fact, I would say that 99% of Africa have pride. It is only 1%. People like Nnamdi Kano that have the heart of Nnamdi Kano that we cannot pay off. Those are the ones that you understand. When you talk about this guy, the current coup, the one in Gabon, that guy was minister. He was a minister of defense for 2 years, and he bought 3 houses, 2 in France, 1 in the United States.
You're right.
You understand me?
Too. I've seen them.
In millions of dollars in cash. So if you watch how fast everything is happening, you will know that the France are the one that did that coup. They did it. Maybe they have seen that this guy has lost his senses. He's no longer in charge. Maybe they are not getting the accurate account of the resources they are supposed to be getting. So there are some leakages. People are stealing these things. So they had to put someone who his brain is correct that will be giving them a good return.
Something is not right
You
about
understand?
this whole thing, like the other coup. You believe that too? Don't get that?
Of course. I believe that. I've been trying to call in to discuss this. You understand? When you talk about coup in Mali, coup in Niger, coup in Zimbabwe, if it happened in Cameroon today, it is Burkina Faso is going to happen in the interest of the West. You know, the biggest thing they did to us is this, dividing us by religion and politics. If you talk about the tribal religion, tribal politics that is playing in Nigeria today, they learned it from the West. They went to the West taught them how to divide us. Let me tell you what happened in 1970.
Tell us.
In 1970, after the Biafran War, the West told them if they want to get rid of Igbos, they should not allow them get close to any serious appointment in the politics or even work in the oil companies and all that. Any serious appointment, they taught them how to kill the careers of Igbos. You understand? So if you watch what happened in 2014, 2015 of Wereh, he actually went to US to learn this tribal politics. They taught them those things. So today they have ended up dividing us. Today we cannot stand together to fight them. So what is happening in Africa is not revolution. It is still in the interest of the West, apart from that of Burkina Faso and Niger. So this is the solution. Why I always wanted that war. If actually that war did happen, I am surprised they are no longer talking about it. Even the West know. If actually that war did happen, it was going to be
too fast now. Like everything is happening too fast.
Do you understand me?
What's going on?
It's happening too fast. And nobody is talking about the war again. If that war actually did happen, it was going to be a revolution. It was going to be in the interest of the people, because the people were the one that is going to fight.
Yes, you know what somebody told me about that? They said that if Niger is invaded and it gets out of hand, eventually other West African countries from, people from West African countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, Ivory Coast, and all these places, when the war starts, now, then all these politicians, all these guys, when they look at their back, they realize that their whole house is, their whole country is on fire because their people are asking them to leave now.
Maiyegun, it was not going to. It was not going to be West. It was not going to be West Africa alone. It was going to be West and Southern Africa,
Central Africa,
and East Africa together. Yes, they were going to start burning the house of politicians because they were the one that directed that war. Even the military, some of them are standing behind, waiting for them to declare their war. They were going to go against the politicians because they are not happy. They are just taking the last order. They are not happy with the happenings. They are not happy the way they kill them. Look at the way they kill them like chickens in the northern part of Nigeria. Nobody is celebrating them. Nobody is compensating the family and all that. So the only thing that is going to happen to Africa that is going to unite Africa is that war, revolution. And that war is going to bring revolution. Secondly, if actually Nigeria ended up divided, if Nigeria divide, the West will not be in control of any part of Nigeria any longer, like Oduduwa and Biafra. I don't know about the North.
Because that decision of dividing Nigeria, if it's coming from those who are in Nigeria, we, the people who are a part of Nigeria today, are not them. They won't be in control of anything.
Not them. Right. Not them. You understand? So that is the only thing that is going to put Africa in place. If we are talking about, if we are celebrating coup, we should be careful. The only coup I'm celebrating, like I said, is the one of Burkina Faso. And if coup should happen in Nigeria today, it is going to be the worst thing that will happen in Nigeria again. Because who are going to be in charge? Those criminals, those jihadis from the north. They are the one in military. They are the one that is going to take charge of Nigeria again. So that is my contribution.
The breakup of Nigeria. I want them to plan a coup.
Of course.
I want them to go to that war. I want them to do everything they are threatening to do. Nobody should stop them. Okay? And then we can all wait for what is going to happen after that.
Sure. Thank you for the chance.
Have a good one. So that's Dongada there. And I have Angano. If you are still watching me, do you know if you haven't liked this broadcast and you have been here for like over 2 hours, we're almost rounding up soon. Is that when you want to do it? Take a moment and do it. Just like the broadcast. If you're watching me now on Facebook or YouTube, okay? Like it and share it. My caller. Hello.
Hello there.
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa.
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa. Brother from another mother, one name. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. How's the family?
Well, we're good. Thanks for asking.
Yes, another amazing show as usual. I'm on the road. I'm driving. I'm calling at the same time. I had to get my piece in.
Hans phrase it.
Yes. The young lady that you spoke to for a while, man, I think you should have another segment with her. I really enjoyed what she was saying, and a bit cut it, but the spoke excellently.
She has so much to
I
share.
kind of agree with. Yes. There's definitely a lot of time. How immediately out of the media, the whole invasion just disappeared. No one wanted to talk about it. And then also there's a big, I mean, in history, you always see that there's a big scandal where they can't get themselves out or off the chaos elsewhere to distract everyone. So that's definitely, we need to be very, very careful looking at what's going on. Yes, we want to overthrow all these leaders. It's not, first without thinking what else is behind this and what else we just get out another hot frying pan to jump into one. We really need to be very, very vigilant of what's going on, because a lot of these people they love chaos. Yeah, they'll use the chaos in order to push their agenda. Right. So at the same token, young people are fed up and people are waking up to the nonsense. Like why do people celebrate the Independence Day? It doesn't make sense, because you're still under colonialism, just in a different form.
You are not independent, so why are you celebrating Independence Day? It doesn't make sense. You're right.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But I don't want to hold up too long calling, because I know I've been dialing, which is actually good, but that is a bit more difficult for people to get through to speak to you, which means that people are listening, more people are coming in. So which means that awareness is growing. And with that said, people, I want you to hit that like button. You can't have all these over 2,000 people watching and there's only 600 or something people who likes on this. It's supposed to be way more. And people need to, spread this, share.
Tell them.
Share.
It's the easiest thing to do by just clicking share, which appears on the screen anyway. It's right there. Just click share and then send it everywhere. If you're watching on your TV, bring out your phone. It's just something you'll do within a minute. Bring out your phone, go on YouTube, search for MaiyegunsDiary Politico. Go on this video. Under it, you'll see the share button. Share it, copy the link, share wide. And you've done your own part. And thank you, by the way, to all of you who have been doing it very well. Like, people have been doing it very well.
Yeah. We support you. And also for people, please, this man spends hours getting good information, facts. At least smart to do. Yeah, he hit the like button. So do something for coffee won't hurt.
All right. I mean,
because we need to get more.
I know that's generous of you, by the way. So thank you. I think people do that all the time. You see them with the super chats, you see them with this and that. But that's very kind of you. So
we need to do more. We need to do more.
Take another one. Yeah.
We need to do more. We need more equipment. We need more equipment. We need better computers to process and get to that, because this fight that we're fighting right now, it's an uphill battle, and slowly we're getting up that hill. So we need all hands on deck.
Thank you. You're very kind.
It's a platform where, everyone, whether you are whether you from, we don't care where you're from, we want to contribute, and then that's why we're pushing this movement forward. Keep all the good work, Maiyegun. Never give up. Never stop. We got your back.
Thank you.
Yes. Bye-bye.
That's my guy. And you know something? I got my collar. I have been speaking to this dude for at least as long as I can remember, for over a year. He would never tell me his name. But the moment he dropped that line, all hail Odudua, all hail Biafra, I know exactly that's him. And he's never disappointed. One of the real deal on MaiyegunSdiary Politico. People like Zeus. How did you his name? Zeus. How are you?
Yeah, hello. Maiyegun, my general.
How you doing?
Fantastic. Great work today, Maiyegun, like always, man. I appreciate you, man. You are the chosen one, man.
Thanks, man.
You're anointed. All right. Let me just break this down a little bit.
Please.
Let's say the government them looting, unknown government them shooting. Police no know their duty. What of the education? No be the professors. They help them do the rigging. They may well, they look for another man. That's why we keep fire burning in the city. Now because of the frustration, that making people don't go get their PVC.
I wish I could have made me a sound for that. You didn't tell me. You didn't want me.
But then my teeth, we. Let's just break this whole thing up. I mean, we are tired. We are tired. They frustrated us enough, and I feel the young generation that run and went and got their PVC to see if they can change the ball. But they shift the goalposts like they always do us all the time. This country is not going to work. The British set us up to fail. They set us all these things. They set it up for us to fail.
They didn't create us to succeed or prosper.
No, they set us up to fail. Every time anybody stand up in Nigeria to push back, they create a system on how to deal with that person. I mean, there's no way out. The only thing I'm praying is that if there's a way that we all can come together. And I think some people are doing that. Already. Like, I don't know, Maiyegun, if you listen to the song of False recently. His new song.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that. Do you mind sharing?
Okay. Yeah. He used Igbo language for it.
Right.
You understand? He raps even in Igbo. And I feel that the unification of the Igbo tribes and the Yoruba tribes are the key fundamental. Because if you look at it, we marry each other the most in out of all the tribes.
That's right.
I mean, yeah, we are the forefront that
what do you call it? Business, inter-business relationship, cultural exchange, and so many things that we also share.
Everything. Maiyegun, I have four sisters. I have four sisters. Two of them marry Yoruba. My cousins, my mom only sister married a Yoruba.
Such a bound.
Yeah, so so there is nothing. If we can find an avenue, because these other tribes, they are relying on us to do that. That handshake, they say, Azikiwe and Awolo will say, handshake across the Niger. That is what we need. That handshake across the Niger. We are brothers.
The leadership that actually understands the importance of that, even at all of this, it doesn't erode what do you call it? The Igbo's culture and tradition that makes them unique. It doesn't erode the Yorubas of all their own culture and tradition. No. It's a union that kind of respects those uniqueness and respect them as
we embrace each other's culture. We embrace each other's culture. We love each other. And if you go and watch that false music video, and you're gonna love even the unification of both cultures together, man. I rest my case here, Maiyegun.
And God bless you, Zeus, for stopping by.
All right.
As usual. Thanks a lot. You have a good one over there. So Zeus says that if you listen to Falls last music, which I have just remembered that I've actually listened to, maybe not completely to the lyrics. I've heard it once. And it was really, really great. So yeah, here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. You might need to mute that video or you leave the room entirely, like completely. if you want us
Yeah,
to
I've
hear
done.
ourselves, right?
I've done that, Maiyegun.
Brilliant.
Good day. My name is Anthony, and I'm calling from Austin, Texas.
From Austin, Texas. Anthony, good to have you again,
Yes.
because I think I've spoken to you before. Why not?
No, might be a different Anthony. I've been trying to get through, but today I happen to be a very lucky guy.
Oh, bless you. Anthony from Austin. See, I will remember. I'm going to remember that. I will remember that.
Please.
Yeah.
Please do. First of all,
you are now live and everybody can hear you as usual. So, Baba, what do you have for us?
Thank you very much. First of all, I appreciate you so much.
Thanks.
I mean, I can't thank you enough. People have, a lot of people have said so much, and then wasting my time talking about it. You already know that for me to call into your program, that means I appreciate and I respect what you have been doing.
I appreciate you too, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, but let me just quickly go to the point.
Yes, sir.
What I really want to talk about now, Maiyegun, is that we all as Nigerians, both those at home and in diaspora, we all know what the problems are. We keep just talking about the problems, but I think we should all sit back and think critically about what the solution should be. And we all know already that the solution is not going to come from the political class. I don't call our political office holders as leaders. And I want everybody listening to my voice to understand that none of them is qualified to be called a leader.
I swear.
Because if you call them a leader, you are grouping them, putting them in this group of people like Nelson Mandela, people like Martin Luther King. These are leaders who led their people selflessly, and our people are not qualified to be called leaders. So to my point, from my own perspective, I am looking more at what can we do. Most of the callers into your program, I've been listening to a program. If I cannot get on live, I will always listen to the recorded program, and I watch the replay. What I think we should be doing is, from our own little corner, let's think, what can we do? What is it? Because for anybody you hear their voice, and including yourself, Maiyegun, that talks about Nigeria every day, it only goes to explain one thing. You love your country passionately. It doesn't matter.
I mean, people have told me that. They said, Maiyegun, it's like you really care about Nigeria. You just don't want to say it. Like, a lot of us care of what's going to happen to people there. What's going to happen if things continue like this? But on the other hand, we'll be like, it's like we don't care. It's only people who care who talks more about something they care about. And I'm beginning to think so too, even though a lot of us don't want to say that. Does that mean that we actually still care so much about Nigeria? That's why we are doing all of this?
Yes. The answer is 100%. Maiyegun, let me ask you, why are you not talking about Afghanistan on your program? Why are you not talking about Syria?
Or even talking about the UK, where I live, go.
Or even talking about the UK or Scotland, where you live. Or even making, how many times do you really take a whole section to talk about Ghana, our next door neighbor?
Because
it
doesn't really concern me that much. When it touches Nigeria. Yes, you are right,
regardless of how we pretend about it, regardless of how much we want the Biafra, the Yoruba nation, all we are saying indirectly is that we want a Nigeria that works. And that is okay.
Anthony, so I'm with you.
Yes, sir. Having said that, I am of the opinion, I live in the diaspora. I visit Nigeria regularly. Each time I go to Nigeria, I feel like shedding tears. But crying does not solve any problem. What can we do? I was listening to I connected to Twitter space, and I listened to contribution from different people, and there's always one thing that comes to my mind. We Nigerians in the diaspora, I think we do not know the enormous power we possess, that we have over. We don't know it. The fact that we remit billions of dollars into that economy and we have no say in what happens to that economy should worry every one of us that are living in diaspora. In fact, I can tell you that might even be a failure on our own part to be able to get ourselves together. Those of us in this diaspora, how organized are we? Is there anything we are doing that can directly impact Nigerian government?
Difference in that place.
That can take them to
want to
what? Kenyans in the diaspora can vote in the elections, but we cannot.
Senegalese
Yet
can
we
vote.
remit. They can vote, we cannot. Yet we are contributing so much to the GDP of our country. That part we cannot do anything about it because the way we are as Africans, the way we are wired, you can't see your mother hungry in Nigeria and you say, because you don't want your money sending money to Nigeria to help the Nigerian government to improve the economy. So for that reason, you want to starve them the money, and so you starve your relatives in Nigeria. You can't do that.
You can't. It's not easy.
So since we do that, sir, what next can we do? What effort are we making in the countries that we live to draw the attention of these imperialists that don't really care about us? They don't care about us. When people talk about what the international community would, international community not to give you, they can't do anything for you except it is for their own strategic interest. So now, these people we talk about, these political leaders, without traveling abroad, they cannot live. What are we doing? What are we doing to make sure that we frustrate we make sure that each time any of them come back, they will go back with an experience that will discourage them from coming back to the place again. But yes, what are we doing? We are not doing anything.
See, you know what you have just done, Anthony? You know what you have just done?
Yes.
You have made a lot of people who have been listening to this program all this evening, right? To have something to go and think about and say, man, that's true. That's so true.
This has been, it has been boiling my mind. And
so
we just
you are sharing it.
Vent our anger, but we don't do nothing.
We should direct our anger, control it to our advantage.
Yes. We have to plan. We are not young. I am over 50.
Bless you.
And a lot of people are still even way younger than I am. But I can still categorize myself as one of the internet generation because at this age, if God keeps me alive, I have a long life to life. I still have
you still have a long way to go, and that long way can actually means a long change too.
Right.
See.
So we are not doing anything. We are not organizing in the countries where we live. We are not writing to the government. How many Nigerians have gone to occupy a Chicago State University gate to demand that this university must tell us, because this is a controversy in our country. I believe that we still have students that are Nigerians that are in Chicago State University as we speak.
Yeah.
What are they doing? People, it's no longer Nigeria where you say that you cannot come out to protest because they will rain bullets on you. Freedom of protest is a fundamental right around the world, except that it's being abused in Africa. How many of us
in the face of the whole world, wherever you are?
So,
you are so right.
I want your platform is gaining traction, and I can tell you, in these past 2 weeks, I have linked not less than 5 Nigerians who today thanks me for making them even know about your program.
God bless you.
So the idea is that this platform should be a platform for galvanization of Nigeria, for sensitization of Nigeria, not for us to keep enumerating our problems. What can we do?
All our problems and all. You are right.
That we can track these people wherever they are going. Where are their money being moved from one place to the other? Yeah. Which countries are they visiting? If we know that this person is going to France, we make sure that we get our people to go there, embarrass them from the airport to the hotel to wherever they are going to attend meeting.
To appear.
Let us make it as a point of duty that this is what we are going to do. Of course, I know that I'm not oblivious of the fact that they have a lot of, the Ababakus, all those words.
All of them abroad. We know now.
That will want to even still go and prostrate for them. But they are in the minority. They are in the extreme minority. They go there just because by the time these people comes, they will leave them with brown envelopes before they leave. That's why they go there for. But the other people, most of us in the diaspora that are holding our own ground, I don't need anybody in Nigeria, any politician to dash me $1 because I'm okay. I can feed myself and my family.
That's right.
So this is the message that we should pass in across to every Nigerian in diaspora, that make sure it's not only that.
Where you see them, raise alarm. If you know if you go there, other people will join you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Anthony. Our time is so up now.
Right.
And I
Yeah,
so
okay.
see,
Thank
I
you
could
very
listen to
much.
you all
Thank
night.
you very much. You know, even not only them, even their children, their wives. I just want to add that one. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Please call again, okay? So that maybe we'll have enough time. You can even share more, right? Thanks so much
I will.
for this.
Thank you.
Stay safe, Baba. Have a good one, sir.
Okay.
So that's Anthony from Austin in Texas, United States. So and he is going to be our last caller tonight. I think I'm going to leave you with Anthony's message. All of us should have that message at the. It's not going to be the first time that we're actually saying that on this platform, okay? Using what we have as diasporans, all right, to push and get whatever we want right from here. And he was right. We are not organized, coordinated. But yeah, we'll get there at a point when people like when people like Anthony continue to remind us that there is power in the number. There is power in number. We can't continue to remit billions and billions of dollars back into that economy of Nigeria that the criminals in Nigeria are actually looting. They are looting the billions and taking them out of Nigeria. We can't be contributing and remitting that kind of money every year, annually, to help the Nigerian economy. And yet, we are reduced to just noisemakers from abroad. There should be something more than that. And I agree with him. And on that note, we'll call it a night. So thank you so much for spending your evening with me. All the support, all the likes, all the shares, all the comments, and every one of them of those super chats, right? Including those of you, my friends, who are giving me stars on Facebook. Unfortunately, my software cannot really show where you give me stars on Facebook, but I am sorry that I've not really been acknowledging some of you too. People give me stars on Facebook too. God bless all of you for your kindness and for your generosity. Subscribe onto my channel. You will never miss anything. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
Maiyegun làwọn mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwọn mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.